Compete with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Compete with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Compete with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Compete with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. Word up. It's Tingle and Co. Compete with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do your dance.
All right, good morning and welcome in here on this Monday morning. First Monday show in a while. Took the last 2 Mondays off. We had a golf tournament to go and cover, and then last week, of course, Memorial Day. And we're back on a Monday morning. We appreciate all of you starting your morning with us here as we are live from our Southern Regional Medical Center studio. Shout out to the team here at SRMC as they house Tingle & Co., brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel brings you our show every single day. Every time you see that Tingle & Co. logo, think of the FanDuel logo and go download the app or go to the website. And if you have the app, just open it up as I am right now. I do believe last Friday's parlay, I think we were close. If my memory serves correctly, I'm going to try to pull it back up here and see. Okay, I thought I just updated it, but I guess I got to update the app, and that's fine.
And it's updated now.
Stay up to date with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. As it's open, I'm opening up here. Check in on Friday's parlay, and it is. Let's see. Kentucky Wildcats cash. Shout out to Chrissy. Over 14.5 on the Georgia Bulldogs versus LIU Sharks. Lloyd.
Georgia hit it by themselves.
They did.
As
They
they
did.
16.
The Razorbacks money line hits. It is me and Wyatt. Wyatt had the Aggies covering 3.5.
That's a
They
lot.
did not. They did battle back and win though.
Yeah.
They just didn't cover the 3.5. And then I had UL beating Cincinnati, which they did not in that game I chose. But then I believe yesterday, during the day, they do beat Cincinnati before they lose to Mississippi State in the evening.
What? We have a strong case for regionals, super regionals. Omaha being much better than March Madness.
It's awesome.
It's
It is the
objectively
best.
better.
I had one of the greatest weekends I've had in a while. I, like the Arsenal game Saturday, sat in my fucking room and watched Squeeze play all weekend.
Oh, did a little squeeze play
Incredible.
yourself.
Little Squeeze play on the laptop, Squeeze play on the phone, different tabs open. It was incredible. Made money. Little Rock, greatest fucking college baseball program. I made three Little Rock money line bets hit all of them.
That's called crack.
Fucking Chris Curry. Shout out to the Peach Bowl.
Shout out to Chris Curry. I will say, it was a heck of a weekend of college baseball. It was the most reassuring because with LSU not being in it, it's nice to look at LSU's not in it, and everyone just forgot how to play baseball.
That's
don't know to do which is why LSU should have snuck in.
Let's just get to the dance, fellas.
I mean, UCLA.
Guys, there was a Jose Canseco home run.
Yeah.
LSU didn't make it, and people hit a fucking ball off his head over the fence.
It's
Shout out Mikey Montauk.
And
Unbelievable.
UCLA doesn't even make their regional final.
Called it.
I mean, just it was one heck of a weekend. We'll of course dive into all of it. You have a Monday full of Game 7s as well.
Should have got Thatcher Hurd back.
As Florida State and St. John's play, Georgia Tech, Oklahoma. You have 2 Florida State St. John's games. Auburn and Milwaukee. How about Milwaukee? LSU's season opening series.
You think Jay Johnson knows ball?
Well, Mr. Fun on Friday, his pick was the Brewers.
Right.
He had the wrong fucking Milwaukee team. He was right there. It's on the tip of his tongue.
He was in the location.
He had it right.
I think the Milwaukee Brewers hit 2, though.
They did
So
win.
They did.
2-0
But he
Milwaukee.
could have went all in on Milwaukee.
They were like plus 3,000. That's a
So
20
Mr.
unit
Fun
parlay.
hit. I'm trying to take records down. Mr. Fun hit on Friday.
He did.
Okay.
He did. And then Florida and Troy in a Game 7. West Virginia, Kentucky. How about Kentucky?
That's an unbelievable regional.
Absolutely falling apart. In what was it, the top of the 9th yesterday? Yeah. It was when the dude stepped up and hit the homer, the grand slam. I was like, after they hit or maybe it wasn't a grand slam because they just balked in the tying run.
Saw that.
Brutal. It was brutal.
Very underrated college baseball atmosphere. In
Morgantown,
really,
yes.
really
Real-
cool.
yes.
Really cool
I also
atmosphere.
loved Kansas.
They're
with
really
the
good, too.
screen in the outfield and the fans behind it.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Really, really good.
Dude, Kansas, they don't look bad at all.
No,
they
no.
look
They
real-
handle
And if
business.
Georgia Tech
Bet they
loses
could use a
tonight-
frontline starter.
Shout out to Fitzgerald.
There you go. What a weekend it was of college baseball. We'll, of course, dive into all that. But it was also a big weekend in Baton Rouge. As at 9 a.m. this morning, Zack Nagy will join us in about 45 minutes to recap a huge recruiting weekend. I don't know if you are on social media at all how you could miss this past weekend because the videos were everywhere. The content was all over the place. And I will say, it put a smile on my face this weekend because it just felt like, oh my gosh, LSU is back. And it's because of one man. And of course, Lane Kiffin is the leader of this program. That is my head coach. And I'm very, very excited about him. And he's made a lot of really good decisions.
That's being one of them.
And I think this one might take the cake because I was sitting on my couch, glued to my phone, about to run through a wall for a man named Ed Orgeron. The craziest part is it's like I watched the video, we're going to play it, of him in the tunnel, and I forget about 2020 and 2021. I just go right back to 2019. It's just like those 2 years, forget them. It brings me back right to the best sound in football, the LSU Tigers going to war, one team, one heartbeat, as he's got the recruits and their parents in the tunnel. He's telling them about the wind bar, about to lead them through into Death Valley, and it's absolutely electric. We'll play the clip here of Coach Joe. Shout out to Zack Nagy. Like I said, will join us at 9. He did a great job keeping you up to date on everything going on this weekend from a recruiting standpoint for LSU football, as it was an absolutely massive weekend. Here it is.
We have done this win for since 1984. Everybody got that? Right. When we walk out this field, go ahead and kick some ass. You got that? Yeah, baby, no. We walk out of here, we hit that. Everybody got it? We open it up. There's 102,000 screaming LSU fans waiting on you. Watch them get ready to perform. And guess what mom and daddy said to you, man? Right on the 50-yard line, waiting to watch you make that big play. Everybody got that? Yes, sir. All right, now listen up. Get a little tight. We're going to make that tight enough. One team, one heartbeat. Everybody, come on. Come on, come on. Everybody back there, let's go. Hey, if you scared, say you're scared back there. Let's go. Tell you we're being here now. Everybody, man. We have done this win for since 1984. Everybody got that?
absolutely electric.
Riveting.
There was more to that video, of course, but just a couple of things about it. Of course, it's Coach O talking to. He ends up doing the one team, one heartbeat, 1, 2, 3, click of the helmet. Even though they didn't have helmets, he still made it happen because he's Coach O. But if you listen, there is a faint heartbeat in the background, as I believe LSU was pumping a heartbeat sound into the background of it. I mean, it was absolutely awesome to see this weekend. And it's exactly what you pictured when we've talked about, really for the last 2 weeks, of Coach O coming back to Baton Rouge and being a part of Lane Kiffin's staff and the special assistant recruiting. And then they line up this huge weekend. Like we said, it was not a coincidence to line up as big of a weekend as they did, with Jalen Brewster, 5 stars. You saw in the video of him and Coach O going heads up in front of, I guess, Omar's habitat. I don't know whose that was. Easton Royal, 5 stars. Xavier Sabb, 5 star. Abraham Cisse, 5 star. I mean, a huge recruiting weekend. And it was exactly what you anticipated from Coach O. You saw the energy. You saw it just brought you back to the good days, right? Something that we've been missing for the last 4 years of LSU football. It brought you back to what it was supposed to look, feel, and sound like. And it's exactly what you anticipated when you brought back Coach O. I don't think there could have been a better weekend.
If you're scared, say you're scared.
than what you witnessed. It was awesome. It was awesome to see the pictures of Coach O with the different recruits, but the videos like those right there. I mean, Lloyd, it had to be exactly what you pictured whenever they hired Coach O back to be the special assistant to recruiting and defense.
Minister of Culture.
Was that?
We were talking about a little bit before the show. He can't do that any other place. And it's because he is LSU, he is Louisiana. He can't make that same pitch with that same gusto as if he's at Florida or Florida State or Miami. He doesn't have that look, he can sell it.
Of course.
But this man has driven the car, he's crashed the car, got back in the car and drove it away. He knows what that thing does.
Yeah.
And he is in the tunnel. Like, the wind bar means something to him. Being in that tunnel again means something to him. And you can see from tip to tail, from the however many people are in there, 55, 60, he's not only recruiting the player, he's recruiting the family. Like, where are you going to be at 50-yard line?
Yep.
Like, you're coming out in front of 102 screaming LSU fans. And if you ain't listening, if you're talking back there, get closer. Come here.
If you're scared,
say scared. You ain't got to pay attention to me, but you should. It's an unbelievable sight to have him back, and it's a beautiful marriage. It really is, because Lane is Lane. He can't do that.
Right.
That's not who he is. That is only what Ed Orgeron is.
For one of the
and he doesn't have to go scheme.
No, this is your job.
Lean on me.
For when you talk about a perfect marriage, right? One of the knocks against Lane Kiffin was his recruiting and how does he connect and all those things. And ultimately, he has done a good job since being at LSU. But now he's brought in the best at it, maybe ever. And where it's literally, I can sit back and be the closer and be the head coach and talk and give them the plan and the whole thing. But he doesn't have to do that part because the best in the business is taking care of it. It's beyond impressive. It was awesome to see Coach O back in his element. And that's what we were talking about last week, where it's like, that's his only responsibility, is to be that, is to be Coach O, to be real. Like Lloyd said, he can only do that for one program. It's because he eats, sleeps, breathes, bleeds LSU football.
He's Mike the Tiger.
Literally.
He is.
It's
reincarnated. Literally.
You have a literal mascot.
He is Mike 1.
It's unbelievable. He is, yes. Our God is an awesome God.
100%.
It's unbelievable. And it's also so refreshing. Look, like you said, you can forget 2020, 2021, all sins forgiven, because 2019 already did that.
Right.
He had already been bathed in the waters of absolution. He could do whatever he wanted, such as come back.
Right.
And people are like, it's a no. Perfect.
Yeah.
Couldn't have come back at a better time.
No.
Right.
Because of the absolute stain of what Brian Kelly did to LSU and the brand and what you're supposed to be versus what you were, washed away again. Ed Orgeron can fix that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not walking into that tunnel and think, like, if you had been on that recruiting visit as a junior and now you go as a senior, in high school, like, oh, I went to junior day. I bet those were two totally different experiences.
Right.
Well, one is like, welcome to Tiger Stadium. We come out here, we touch the wind bar, go to the stadium. No, Ed O's like making you feel the experience.
There's a heartbeat in the tunnel.
Like you're walking out the tunnel expecting to see 102,000. You're like, wait, where is everybody? Oh, wait, it's still fucking mad.
Yeah, I feel like it was Saturday. I'm a gladiator going out to Coliseum. Like, I'm ready. I'll go die right now.
Can we play tomorrow?
And I would say after the last 4 years, there's like a sense from
you lost who you were.
Well, yeah, and when it comes to like parents of recruits, as much as like if I had a kid who was getting courted by LSU, as much as I love LSU and want them to go to LSU, there's also a sense of my son has to do what's best for him.
Yeah.
And I think these last 4 years have instilled a little bit of like a distrust when it comes to LSU and Brian Kelly. And as much as I do love Lane Kiffin, there is a sense of like, oh, he's not that great of a guy. He's not that great of a recruiter. He doesn't care that much about your son. So who better as a spokesperson for not just the university, but for the new coaching staff, specifically Lane Kiffin, to have Ed Orgeron here to be like, look, I am the most Louisiana guy there is, and I trust Lane Kiffin. Yeah. I promise you can send your son here. We are going to do right by him. You can trust Lane Kiffin. You can trust this new LSU program to do right by your son and your family.
He said it in an interview with, I think it was with Pardon My Take guys, where he goes like, I'm going to be myself. Like, I don't know how to be anything else. And
that was the biggest problem.
Right, but not in this role.
Right.
It's perfect.
Yes.
That's what he was supposed to be his entire life.
100%.
And it finally feels like he's right there. Yeah. Like, he was here before, and the defensive line coach with Les Miles and ultimately was so good at it and became so Louisiana, it's like, hire him to be the head coach, and everybody believed. And it worked out for a second to be the greatest college football team of all time, and I don't think that's debated. Mm-hmm. He went full Louisiana.
Right. And then he had to actually had to run a program of rehire coordinators and do the whole
thing. It's
hard.
It got
a little messy, and that's okay. But that's why the position it is, the situation it is right now is exactly how it should be. And I genuinely don't know. And look, I've got the LSU shirt on, I got the hat, we are LSU biased. But I genuinely don't understand how you could be anyone at any program around the country and not take recognition of what's going on in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and not feel threatened.
If you're Texas Tech, you're a little scared now.
That not only has LSU gotten Lane Kiffin and gotten the buy-in, and you've seen what they've done in the portal, the way they've made all these things happen, now he's got maybe one of the greatest spokesperson of LSU football ever in the recruiting visits. On the OV, sitting in the tunnel doing what he's supposed to do, where, look, you talk about fit, all these things, you bring back the guy that fits it the best. Coach O is the reason why everybody looks at LSU and goes, well, you've got to be from Louisiana to get it, because Coach O's from Louisiana and he gets it better than anyone ever has, outside of maybe Nick Saban. And I genuinely don't understand how you could be a program around the country and not take notice of what's going on in Baton Rouge and go, shoot. They've got Lane Kiffin, his offense, that message, the whole thing. They've got the monetary buy-in. They've got the colors, the letters, the stadium, the whole thing. And now they've brought Ed O back to do that. I don't understand how you don't take notice of what's going on in Baton Rouge, Louisiana with Lane Kiffin and Ed Orgeron and the weekend that they just put together. And I'm very, very excited to talk to Zack Nagy in about 30 minutes to get a recap and what he's heard from the weekend. Because from a PR standpoint of what the nation has taken notice of, it was an absolute home run weekend. It looked awesome. The recruits' reports that you've been able to see on social media were awesome. The pictures, the videos, of course, Ed Orgeron and all that he was able to do, it was excellent.
The video that LSU Football Report, and this video is everywhere. Like, it's not just one account that put it out. Obviously, everybody has ripped it from the number one recruit in the country that is visiting, that is committed to Texas Tech. Texas Tech don't got that, by the way.
Nobody does.
There's no way that, like, he can literally convince you that I want to be here. Mm-hmm. Like, that money goes out the window. We're like, no, I want to play. I want to play here. Yeah,
right.
He can sell you that because he believes it. That's what he does well. It has 1.3 million views. Like, the world saw it.
No, that's what, from a PR standpoint, LSU absolutely dominated the
Because
weekend.
O moves the fucking needle.
Does he ever?
Cool.
It's because, like, it's not just us that feel this way. When they see those videos, everyone goes back to 2019.
Right.
Like, because you're so far removed and how awkward the last 4 years were, you just kind of forget about 2020 and 2021. And you go right back to the last real thing you remember, and it was the greatest season ever. And like I said, I know we're biased. I just don't think there's another place in the country that can do that has that.
He will sell LSU until his dying breath. He'll be buried in the polo.
100%.
It's his religion.
It's who he is. Like, it is. And that's my thing. Like, there's not another school in the country that's like that. That's why Lane says that you can laugh at the hashtag just different all you want. Coach O is the epitome of it. And like we said, there's two ways this whole marriage can go. But from the first real opportunity to witness and see how this thing goes, I don't know how you can look at this weekend outside of anything other than a success. And, of course, we'll find out what the reports are officially from guys like Jalen Brewster, who Coach O goes heads up with in that video, the number one overall player, the number one D lineman in the country. You, of course, had Easton Royal, the number 2 wide receiver in the country, right there out of Brother Martin in New Orleans. You had another top 5 wide receiver in Sab, 5-star out of New Jersey. Abraham Cisse, the number 5 edge in the country. Adrian Cole, the number 16 safety in the country. And then Marquez Davis, who took a picture with Corey Raymond. And like we've said, CoreyRaymond.com. It was a huge weekend for LSU football. And it all circles around Lane Kiffin and Ed Orgeron.
He's 18.
He looks like a 40-year-old man.
He is
that
an
was my
absolute
thing.
monster.
Yeah.
And he wore the number 0 jersey.
Yep.
I love the recruiting.
You wear
pictures
100 for all I
that they've
care.
gone into the Lane train where they're sitting on the back of like a subway train, a subway car, and they've got the newspaper, they've got the window, the whole thing.
He took one where he was sleeping under a LSU flag on the lane
Electric.
train. I was like, that's an interesting pose.
It is, but it's just it was an awesome weekend, and like I said, from a national perspective standpoint, it was a nice turn in the other direction because there's been so much negativity around the LSU football program because they've looked at the Lane Kiffin situation, how it all went down. It's like, look, LSU's bad for the sport, all that. And then Coach O came in and was the biggest Band-Aid ever because it made you forget about all of the national media narratives of how bad LSU is for the sport and how much Lord have mercy, what a photograph.
Look at Lamar.
God, that's awesome. I mean, that's
W print.
And so Coach O comes in and completely wipes your mind, does the Men in Black pin right to your face and goes, there's no negative media narrative nationally about LSU. Look how awesome it is. Hashtag just different.
Well, the thing is, to me, he puts the pageantry back in college football. Like, you forget about a little bit of, like, the money narrative or how much am I going to get paid, NIL, transfer portal. He does it. Look, he understands the game. Like he said, now you just got to walk through the front door instead of the back door. But he's not selling you on anything other than what it's like to play for LSU and walk through that door on Saturday night. That's what I feel like still hits for some people. Certainly if you're from here, if you're from Louisiana, you want it. Like he said this before too. He's like 99% of people that are from Louisiana wake up and think one day I'm going to play for LSU.
Right.
And he goes, my job's to get the other 1%. And he goes, and that ain't hard to do either. But that's what people here think. And when you have somebody that is so bolden and, again, just embrazened with what LSU is, and he's selling that to you, like, you forget about all the other shit. With like, oh, Texas has offered me this. There's a Lamborghini. There's whatever, the trappings of just coming to school here. What does Texas have to sell? NIL. He could sell you LSU. He can sell you 2019. He can change your life. And that's what, whenever Rowe talks about how it was when Ed was here versus how it was when Brian Kelly was here, and now how it is again with Lane Kiffin and Ed O, you're selling the brand. You're selling, like, the pageantry of what LSU is. It's just something that you can't put into, well, actually, you can. You can't put it into words. You can put it into a person. It's him.
Right, and that's the part that I appreciate so much about what this new staff is. Of course, a lot of the attention's on Ed Orgeron right now.
He doesn't mean he stole the weekend.
Of course.
Yeah.
But what Lane Kiffin has done is he has played it exactly right up to this point. Because he has allowed and propped up LSU. It is not about, of course, you got the Vanity Fair article. He does the interviews, the whole thing. And Lane Kiffin loves Lane Kiffin, and we're not going to deny that, right? But since he stepped foot in Baton Rouge, he has been very outspoken about, just like Rose said, there's a reason why you take this job. You take the LSU job because it's LSU. You have to let it be that. When you try to change that, and you try to put your own spin on LSU, or you try to do it the way you think is best, it's not going to work. You just witnessed that for 4 years. You have to come to Baton Rouge and allow LSU and Baton Rouge to be what they are. Because it is different. There is nothing like it in the country. And for Lane to step back and go, you know what? I know a guy who knows that and can preach that better than anyone else, and I'm going to let him because that's what's best for LSU football. Is to be LSU football, to be reminded of that belief of the 102,000 people that are going to be waiting in that stadium when it's rocking on September 5th. To know the history of the win bar, right? To be walked through the pregame tunnel like you're a part of that 2019 LSU football team that dog walked everybody in that stadium all the way to a national championship. Someone that can preach what LSU football is. Because that's what you have to do. You have to allow LSU to be the monster that it is. It was already created. Nick did it 26 years ago. He woke up this sleeping giant. But you've got to allow the giant to be who it is. And for the last 4 years, you didn't witness that. You didn't get to see LSU. I mean, Barryon Brown tried his first crawfish as a New Orleans Saint 2 weeks ago. He spent a year in Baton Rouge. You know? And look, I don't know the situation, but that should never be the case. Because if you're at LSU, you should be a part of this. Of what Baton Rouge is. What makes this whole place different. You get to take a picture with Coach O in front of this. The fellas walking out the tunnel to the national championship game. Was that Rashard Lawrence? Joe Burrow?
Grant Delpit.
I think he's happy to be back.
Jeez. God, I mean, truly.
He's ecstatic because it's where he's supposed to be. There was no other place for him.
Just Mickey Mouse at Disneyland.
Literally. And so what Lane Kiffin has done by allowing LSU to be who it is and propping up the program, the state, the stadium, the logo, the color, allowing LSU to be different instead of trying to change LSU into something else. It's exactly how it's supposed to go. And from a national media perspective, from a public relation perspective, the whole thing, it doesn't get any better than what you witnessed this weekend.
It's literally us doing the Tiger Walk.
That's what it...
That's the best part.
I mean...
You want some? Get some.
There is nobody better to preach the message of what it's like to walk down Victory Hill and walk through the doors and out of the tunnel into that stadium than the man who treated every walk like it was his last.
Uh-huh. Because he knew it was coming.
It doesn't get any better than that, man. It was an awesome weekend to sit back and watch.
It just felt good to be back.
It did. It's just because that's what LSU is supposed to be. We were suffocated from it for 4 years where it just didn't have the same feeling.
Do you know what it was like when Brian Kelly was, lest we forget, it was exactly that. That's what the fuck we were doing. People were laughing at LSU.
Nut to butt.
Yes, like you were losing recruits because of your official visit.
I'm playing grab ass on visits.
It was unbelievable of what the brand had, like what he did to sully the reputation of LSU as a literal doormat. Like, look at what's going on over there. That's not what LSU is, but it is now.
Right.
And clearly, it's not that hard. Make one hire. That's it.
No, but the man just lost it.
Well, you went from official visits where you're coming in and you're saying, guys, it's a privilege to play
for me,
for the winningest head coach active in college football history, to now you're going, no, it's a privilege to play for LSU.
Yeah.
The same way Ed Orgeron goes to every Tiger walk and says, I'm going to fucking treat this like I'll never be the head coach of LSU football again. This is my last day on God's green earth. I'm going to do everything I can to show everyone how privileged I am to be a part of LSU. Exactly. And that rubs off on everybody he talks to. So you went from the most egotistical piece of shit head coach to Ed Orgeron, who is now teaching people what it is to play for the two colors and the three letters.
It is.
Lloyd, you kind of said it earlier, but like it just feels like it's before NIL type of thing. Like in terms of just the recruiting and just having them there and the atmosphere, the energy, it just feels like money's not really involved. It's just you're selling them on the place. And
this makes you
the
forget the
price.
NIL aspect, like
Yeah,
you said
exactly.
earlier. I mean, this is.
And you have NIL, but that's not what he's trying to tell you about.
Because everybody's got that.
Right.
Everybody can get into that conversation. Everybody can write you some sort of check. Everyone can do the NIL dance. Not everybody can do that. And I would go to say nobody else can. Texas and Texas Tech and these schools, Oregon, Miami, everybody can cut a check and do the whole dance and whatever. Not everybody can have somebody sit there in front of you and preach a message that's that real and genuine, because that's the part that sets it apart, right? Everyone can have a speaker on their behalf from a college football standpoint. Texas can name Matthew McConaughey or name a player to come speak to the recruits. But not everyone can bring a guy out that has a track record like Ed Orgeron, is in their memory like Coach O is from the 2019 team, and is as real and as genuine as that. You can put a lot of people in front of recruits and their families. If you're anyone else in the country, nobody's got that. Plenty of schools have the money. Plenty of schools have nice stadiums. Plenty of schools can take cool pictures and put you in the uniform and it looks awesome. Nobody else has that. Genuinely. And that is what makes LSU different. Because you are pitching a 40-year decision, not a 4-year decision. And nobody knows that better than Ed Orgeron. Because that man is LSU born, LSU bred. When he dies, he'll be LSU dead. Because that man eats, sleeps, and breathes purple and gold. His alarm clock is probably those 4 notes. He can have a conversation with Mike the Tiger and understand every second of it. Nobody else in the country has that. And that's why it was the perfect decision for Lane Kiffin to bring Ed Orgeron back and allow LSU to be what it is, to put himself aside. Not a lot of coaches could sit back and watch an assistant, analyst, whatever you want to call him, lead a recruiting weekend like that. Not a lot of coaches can do that. A lot of guys are either want to be the face of the whole thing and want to be in the way. He sat back, put his pride to the side, and allowed Ed Orgeron to be Ed Orgeron. Because you can't bring Coach O back and not let him be Coach O. That's why you bring Coach O back. You got to let the big dog eat. If you're scared, say you're scared. It was an awesome weekend. Like I said, we'll talk to Zack Nagy in about a little over 15 minutes to get a recap of what the recruits, the report was from guys like Easton Royal, Jalen Brewster, Abraham Cisse. But, of course, all the attention's going to be on Easton Royal. There's plenty of big names from the weekend. There was one of them from the state, from New Orleans. And he got to sit back, take a picture with, I believe, Jamar Chase's Biletnikoff trophy. Which, I mean, there's not a better recruiting pitch than that. Here, I'm going to hand you this trophy of the last top wide receiver that we brought out of New Orleans, that I actually, as Ed Orgeron, recruited out of New Orleans and flipped from the school he was originally committed to.
I thought this was a commitment video.
I mean, it is electric.
I'm sure they know each other, too.
He talked about Odell Beckham being his favorite player growing up. You get to Popple in the same number. You get to Popple in the same jersey.
I love my favorite thing about this. They didn't give him the long fucking stripes.
No, you get the real deal.
Because some of the official visit pictures, they give him the long stripes. What was that, 2013 to like 16? They gave him the good stripes. Shout out to LSU.
I also like how these recruits are kind of bringing back the purple and gold match because we haven't seen that in a while.
Oh, the uniform? Mm-hmm. The gold, purple, gold?
He's in white here, but he did take pictures in purple and gold.
They all did.
I hate the gold, purple, gold.
No, whatever.
You don't hate
we play bad.
Shut the fuck
we play bad.
I think of Pat Petey.
We play bad every time we wear them. We play bad. They're fine uniforms. They look good.
They look awesome.
We just play bad in them.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost.
That's why you go get the best players. Look, we've talked about this recruiting class.
He looks like he could fucking line it up Saturday against Clemson.
Because he can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he should.
He should. It'd be great.
He would play.
We've talked about how massive this recruiting class could be and probably will be for LSU. This for Lane Kiffin is the one. This is the class. You come to LSU to allow LSU to be what it is, you got to put together this recruiting class of what you have in the state. And like Coach O said, you can sprinkle in some of that 1% outside of the state, like a Jalen Brewster. We'll see where these recruitments end up. But all eyes are going to be on him right there. Easton Royal, the number 10 overall player in the country, number 2 wide receiver out of Brother Martin in New Orleans. All eyes are going to be on him and his decision, as LSU's got a battle with Texas.
You know you ain't leaving the state, right? Okay, cool. What's that rave?
You know he ain't leaving the state, right?
You ain't leaving the state.
Not everybody's got that, man. Because guess who that is? It's the number 1 player from last year's
That's
class.
a real smile.
Genuine.
Lamar Brown. They ain't let me leave either.
It's awesome, man. It was a huge week. All eyes are going to be on Easton Royal in his decision, as of course he's committed to Texas, has been for a while. And LSU's going to have to battle it out. But like I said, they've got something that they can pitch that's just a little bit different than everybody else.
It is going to be a battle. I know we've talked about it a lot on the show of like we all, I think, expect Easton Royal to end up at LSU, and I maintain that. But Texas is going hard. There's a lot Texas can sell him on. He just switched agents right before his official visit to a guy who is a Texas alum. I assume Texas made another big NIL jump, but to me, the fact that he's from Louisiana and the fact that I don't think Lane Kiffin will let him leave in terms of I don't think there's a number that Texas is going to say that Lane Kiffin won't match. At this point, it's not even just about how good he is as a player, which it is partially about that because I think he's one of the best players in the country. He is a day one starter for you. At this point, it's about optics.
The perception.
It's not a great look for Lane Kiffin to come into LSU talking about how Louisiana produces the best talent and this is the biggest reason why you come to LSU. And then in your first year to lose the number 1 player in the state to another SEC school. I don't think Lane Kiffin lets that happen.
Yeah. No, look, I agree with you. I don't think it's the end of the world. No. I don't think you're saying that, but the optics of it, if you come to LSU and you're Lane Kiffin and you are preaching this state is different, the elite talent you can bring in through the state of Louisiana, this is the one. And that's not a discredit to Ahmad Hudson, who you already have committed, who is impressing this summer. He's playing for JL3 Elite and the EYBL circuit right now and is balling from a basketball standpoint. But he is different, right? He is one of those ones. Pop Houston, huge weekend at Elite 11. Was maybe one of the most impressive quarterbacks out there, with the best in the nation, right? Go down the list of these guys in the state of Louisiana. Albert Simeon. Easton Royal is the number 1 wide receiver in the state of Louisiana. You do not let him leave. And if you're Lane Kiffin and you're building this class for what it's supposed to be, Easton Royal's got to be a Tiger. And that's where I'd agree with Wyatt. You can't let him go. You got to do everything you can to make sure Easton Royal follows in the footsteps of Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry. Go down the list. It continues on and on.
Malachi Dupree.
Hey.
I'm serious.
Okay, all right.
He's a 5-star that you had to
Was,
get.
of course.
Yeah, okay.
Like, name a guy that LSU that was a 5-star from Louisiana at that position they didn't get.
At wide receiver?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, okay.
It's tough to say because it doesn't happen often.
Aaron Anderson, but he came back.
And
I don't think Devontae Smith was a 5-star.
Yeah, it's like 3-star, huh?
But he had the barber. But that was also them going, look at the offense. That's my thing. Is
Right.
you got those guys.
What's the knock? What's the knock against LSU right now? If you are
There's
the number
not-
1 wide receiver,
There's not one.
That's the craziest part when you really think about it.
You got all of those guys in an archaic off, like y'all
Right.
watch the Gooners play. Like that's the same thing. Like y'all have to like it's less. It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I just love the team.
Yeah.
I've been there before, where it's like this is how you play it.
We're gonna score a
This is
touchdown
Arsenal. This is Arsenal football.
We're going to score the touchdown
defense.
in the first quarter, and then,
And
we're
then
just
you're
gonna
gonna sit in
suffocate
it.
you. So, okay, I'll pitch it to you. You are the number 1 wide receiver in the country, and you're being
Committed.
recruited by LSU. What are the things you're looking for? Like, what are the boxes you want to check?
Playing time.
Check.
A good offense for me to thrive in and go to the next level.
Check.
Pedigree.
Check.
Alumni
Pedigree
history.
from both Lane Kiffin's standpoint and LSU standpoint.
And what have you done for players that have gone here before me?
You can hold the trophy. Look, put the camera right there.
You could come here on Saturday, or you could just turn on the TV on Sunday.
Yep. Look at the frame right next to you, Lloyd. Look at that bad boy right there, right over your shoulder. Huh. There it is.
Now here's a guy.
And guess who broke his rookie receiving records? Oh, another guy from LSU.
I don't know if he's gonna play too much longer. That softball video wasn't.
Oh no, I'm talking about Jamar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the softball video was rough. I don't want to think about it at all. But that's the pitch.
Giants football, baby.
Yeah, there are no boxes LSU can't check, and obviously at this standpoint, from the financial of the whole thing, they've decided they want to play in this arena. You saw them make the investment this last offseason. This is the recruiting class you do it with.
Because there's a lot of people that are saying that's the case, where he is, like Wyatt pointed out, got a new agent that went to Texas. Look, there's a lot of people in his ear. There's a lot of money to be made that you can change your life very early or change your future or the foreseeable future now versus what you could do later on. You would be hard. It's a hard sell if you can get them to commit to the fact that if you stay and you go to LSU, the rest of your life you were fine.
Fine.
You never have. You will never really have.
And
to.
there are so many people that can preach to that.
Texas
fact.
won't care about you after 3 years. They just won't. Like, where's Vince Young? He was the best player in their program assist. Where's Ricky Williams? Like, they don't care. They're Texas. That's bigger than you. Here, it's you. Like, you come to play for the school, and the state will take care of you. You will never be forgotten. Look at the people that walk through these doors. It's the same thing, brother. Once you're here and you stay, you're good. You won't understand it till you're there. But I'm telling you, when you're there, you have people like Roe that can tell you what the deal is.
Yeah.
Like, need something? Family good? Everybody good? If they're not, let me know.
And
they'll find a way to make sure. And it ain't find a way. It's like we know how to make sure you're good.
And there's a guy in that room now, in that building, that the former players can attest to the fact. There wasn't that over the last 4 years. There was no Jaden and Malik and BT calling back and going, yeah, trust what's going on. No. Now you got Jamar and you've got Clyde and you've got Patrick Queen and you've got these guys that can say it's Coach O. I mean, Joe Burrow sat on the Heisman stage, looked Coach O in the eyes, told him to give him a lifetime contract because he owes him everything.
When's the last time you saw Joe Burrow show emotion? That. Only time.
Mm-hmm. LSU, just a little bit different than everybody else. And we'll get a recap here right after this break from Zack Nagy at 9 a.m. We'll kick off hour number 2 with 247's, one of their newest additions. And Zack Nagy is doing a great job. He kept everyone up to date on everything going on. A lot of the tweets we were showing you on the screen as we were talking about the recruiting weekend were from Zack. And he will join us right after this break to recap the weekend, see what the recruits thought, see what the vibes were like, and if the feeling we got from watching these videos and everything from this weekend resounds nationally and with the players like it did with us. We'll take a quick break here, come back with Zack Nagy from 247 Sports right after this.
WARDO'S was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown NATCHEZ with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, WARDO'S was born. So go visit WARDO'S today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at GOMART and On The Go Deli.
GOMART has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by WARDO'S Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing. Built on trust, backed by quality.
Got this windboard in 1984. Everybody got that? Right. When we walk out this field, go there and kick some ass. You got that? Yeah, baby, no. We walk out of here, we hit that. Everybody got it? We open it up. There's 102,000 screaming LSU fans waiting on you. Watch them get ready to perform. And guess what mom and daddy sent you there? Right on the 50-yard line, waiting to watch you make that big play. Everybody got that? Yes, sir. All right, now listen up. Get a little tight. We're going to make it that tight enough. One team, one heartbeat. Everybody, come You got it like that? Okay, I want everybody to practice now. On 3, I want you to go. Like that. 1, 2, 3. Woo! 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 Man, that sound good. Now listen, when we go through the goalpost, there's tradition here. You run through the goalpost, never around. Look at that? Hey, feel that heartbeat going? Y'all feel it? Y'all feel that heartbeat going? Yeah, baby, let's go now. Hey, we undefeated. We win tonight. We're going to college football playoff. Let's go. Get down. Let's go. Left side of football. When I do this, on my hand, LSU Tigers going to war. I'm going to strap it up. I want it. Let's go. Left side of football. LSU Tigers going to war. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Hit the gate. Hit it. Yeah, there.
All right, welcome back here as we open up hour number 2 on this Monday morning. We appreciate all of you starting your week with us here at Tingle & Co. We are live from our Southern Regional Medical Center studios. You see the folder right here next to me, and we are brought to you by FanDuel every single day. We'll have some picks for you later on this morning, but we'll continue the recruiting discussion as LSU football had a massive weekend of official visits led by what looks like Coach Orgeron, as Coach O was. You just saw the full clip of him walking them out of the tunnel. It was absolutely electric. And if you wanted to stay up to date all weekend, you needed to make sure you follow 247's Zack Nagy, who did a great job keeping you update on everything going on in the huge weekend over there with 247 Sports. And he joins us this morning to talk LSU football recruiting and recap the weekend. Zach, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man. Good morning, you guys. It's obviously a pretty ridiculous time right now for LSU recruiting, and spearheaded by none other than Ed Orgeron, like we saw in those videos there. So it's a really exciting time. Multiple top 100 recruits in town, a pair of flip targets, etc. So a lot to talk about, man. Appreciate you guys for having me on.
No, we always appreciate you making some time for us. We'll start with Coach O. Is it not a crazy scene for you to look at an official visit weekend, a recruiting weekend, and all of the content that comes out? Of course, Lane was there, and there were pictures and stuff that came out. To be the special assistant to recruiting and a former head coach like Ed Orgeron, leading families out of the tunnel, going heads up with Jalen Brewster, the whole thing. Is it not a wild thing to witness in a weekend like this past weekend?
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, it's a full circle moment for the program. I mean, obviously to have Lane Kiffin as your shot caller, and then Ed Orgeron recruiting the top talent in America to campus. It's pretty unbelievable. And then his hands-on approach, right? I mean, we sit here and we watch him with Jalen Brewster, getting him, in a short workout, however you want to kind of describe it right there. I mean, Ed O's rocking a row-back polo and some khakis, sitting there, going through the motions with Jalen Brewster, the #1 player in America. And then took a lot of time to talk with Easton Royal as well, Adrian Cole, and multiple other top 100 players in town. So, Ed Orgeron is back in the saddle, and he's not skipping a beat, man. It was really awesome to see. Obviously, social media took it by storm, but nonetheless, to have Edo back in town and really eager to keep the top players in the state, it's a really big deal.
And so my next question will be from the national perspective. How much there's been so much negativity around Lane Kiffin and LSU from a national media perspective. How much do you feel like this weekend and Edo kind of flipped the narrative and put LSU kind of back in a positive light and maybe sent a message out to the rest of the programs in the country of you might need to watch out?
Yeah, I think it's a fair question, Noah, especially when you look at kind of this pairing that they've got, man. Like, this is something that's special. We know what Lane Kiffin can do on the field, and we know what Edo can do on the recruiting realm. It's a match made in heaven. And then Of course, the national narratives that surround Lane Kiffin and whatnot. He's clearly been taking his social media break, trying to, silence these headlines, silence people from talking about him. The narrative is going to slowly start to shift towards what they're going to do on the field and in recruiting soon. Obviously, it's talking season right now. So myself included, everybody is going to try to talk about Lane Kiffin and this, that, and the other. But a weekend like this past one is a great step in the right direction for the program by having Jalen Brewster in town, having Ed Orgeron have a hands-on approach, Easton Royal, etc. As we slowly continue to reach these final phases of the offseason, we'll start to see these kind of narratives start to switch. It'll be more about what's on the field and then, of course, on the recruiting game.
And I'll start with, obviously, who everyone's eyes are going to be on. It's a huge list of 5 stars and top 100 prospects, but everyone's going to be focused on Easton Royal, the number 1 player, the wide receiver out of Brother Martin, who is, in my opinion, a can't-miss type of prospect for LSU. You got to make sure you keep him in the state of Louisiana. What are the reports back on Easton and his weekend and the impression that LSU left with Ed Orgeron and Lane Kiffin?
Yeah, let me reiterate, this is a can't-miss, must-have recruit in the 2027 cycle. I mean, there's no questions about that. He is that good. He is that talented. He is that strong from a trajectory perspective, too. Easton Royal is the real deal, and there's a reason why, LSU, Texas, Tennessee, Florida, Ole Miss, etc. are rolling out the red carpet for him because you're willing to bring out the Brinks truck to get him to your school. Texas obviously has the upper hand right now with the verbal pledge, but I'll tell you what, LSU left an impression this weekend, and everybody that I've spoken to reiterated that. And it's more about what can you do for your home state. Let's talk about the Odells, the Jarvis Landrys. Let's talk about Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, this homegrown talent that continues to flourish both at LSU and in the league. And so LSU's pushing for that, pushing to keep him in state. We understand this, and it's been rave reviews so far. Obviously, he's going to take these visits to Tennessee, Florida, and Texas as his next 3 is what I've been told. And then we'll see what happens once the dust settles come July during that kind of NCAA dead period. Good impression from LSU here. Ed Orgeron has a hands-on approach, and we'll see how the tea leaves start to fall sooner rather than later. But nonetheless, a really good spot for LSU after a really strong visit, which will be, his 3rd, 4th, 5th one in the last 8 weeks. Strong stretch for LSU with Easton Royal for sure.
Because that's, to me, right, and Wyatt had said it earlier when we were talking about the weekend, from a football standpoint, it's obviously massive for LSU to get Easton Royal. He's a day 1 starter, could be, LSU legend, the whole thing. He's going to be awesome. He's a great football player. But it almost feels like the perspective, the optics of all of it are also huge in this situation of Lane Kiffin coming to LSU, talking about the high school recruiting classes and the way you can recruit the state of Louisiana. And right in front of you when you get here, you're able to seal the deal with Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson and those guys. And then the next offseason, you've got the number 1 wide receiver sitting right there in your backyard at Brother Martin. From an optics standpoint, is it just as big of a deal for Lane Kiffin and LSU in the way they've made this push, which is very public, and how bad they want Easton Royal?
100%. I mean, we saw Easton commit to Texas on November 29th. Less than 24 hours later, Lane Kiffin is announced as the head coach of LSU, and they haven't stopped since that day, man. They have continued to push for him since November 30th to today being June 1st, 2026. So he's a high priority, man. We understand this. That is just stating the obvious right there. But LSU has the chance to really make a statement here, Noah, in the sense of, let's talk about, the NIL package. Let's talk about the resources. Let's talk about these other things to where LSU can make a statement in that sense to say, okay, we showed what we can do in the transfer portal when it comes to bringing out, the bags and the cash and the checkbooks, etc. But let's prove that we're going to do it in the high school game as well. We landed Lamar Brown. We landed Richard Anderson, etc. Now let's move forward and continue to see what we can do in this 2027 class. You land Ahmad Hudson. Now, this is the biggest fish in the high school game. I mean, Easton Royal is the number 1 priority, and you have the chance to really, really open up that checkbook, put the college football landscape on some blast here, make a statement, and see what you can do. It's going to take time. I'm not going to sit here and say anything's imminent. But LSU, from a financial perspective, is right there in the ballpark. Texas is going to continue to up the ante and make it tough. But nonetheless, LSU made a really good impression this past weekend. And it's just about continuing to chip away here over these next couple of weeks, months, etc.
In my mind, there's not a number that Texas or anybody can list that LSU won't match for Easton Royal. Is that fair to assume?
I would double down and agree with you on that.
Yeah. It's one of those that you, like, when you see, like, the optics of it all, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, from New Orleans, a position of need, a guy that will play, and for Lane Kiffin, it's his first real recruiting class. Whenever he said and made a priority some of these guys, and it's clear that Easton Royal is on that list, it's not that you can't recover if you miss, but it is a massive statement if you go to the table and get a 5-star guy and flip him from a university like Texas. You saw this with Colin Simmons. You saw it with maybe Caden Durham, where you're in the game, but you're not the game, pal. Caden Durham, you got, the crown jewel of that class, of that school, was Colin Simmons that you wanted, that they committed on the same day to 2 different schools, and now you're going toe-to-toe again with Texas for a player that is in your backyard in New Orleans.
Undoubtedly, man. And I also think that when we talk about, the NIL packages and whatnot, I think the days of 22 to 27-man recruiting classes at the high school level is pretty much over. Yeah. Especially with Lane Kiffin and Billy Glasscock handling things right now. You're going to be top-heavy. You're going to have 5 to 6 gems that you're going to be opening up this checkbook for, and then filling out the rest of your class from there. It starts with Ahmad Hudson. You have Jaden Bryant committed, Peyton Houston. But now you got to continue to fill out those last big-time pieces, and Easton Royal is right there. So 100% agree with you, Lloyd. I think money is not going to be a factor here. I think LSU is going to be able to kind of continue to up the ante, continue to try to match what Texas is doing. But make no mistake about it, this is going to be a bidding war. It's a matter of where Easton wants to be. Does he think that he can be better developed at LSU? Does he want to represent his home state? Does he want to join this strong class that's being assembled both publicly and privately? It's going to be exciting to watch, but no doubt, this is the crown jewel. You talk about Colin Simmons, you talk about guys like that. Texas is prioritizing him in that same way. LSU's prioritizing him in that same way. It's going to be just a ridiculous next couple of months watching his recruitment kind of unfold behind the scenes.
No, 100%. I'll ask you about the number 1 overall player and the number 1 defensive lineman, Jalen Brewster, who is, of course, in town, committed to Texas Tech, speaking of money. And what were the impressions left by LSU? Of course, Ed Orgeron, who spearheaded that recruitment on the visit this weekend after the huge weekend with Brewster in town.
Yeah, I've had the chance to catch up with Jalen a couple times this week, and this is a kid who obviously has a hefty price tag attached to him. We can talk about this, that, and the other, but it's more important to talk about the relationships that are being built within LSU right now. And I know people nowadays hear relationships and they say, screw that. It's all about the bag and whatnot. And I completely get that. But at the end of the day, if one school is offering X amount of dollars and another school is offering the same amount, relationships and development are going to be the 2 critical factors that get you over the hump. So LSU is developing a really strong relationship here, whether it's Kevin Peoples, who's taken a hands-on approach, Ed Orgeron, Lane Kiffin. I mean, I was even told that Jalen Brewster hopped on a FaceTime call with Booger McFarland this weekend too. They're pulling out all the stops here for Jalen Brewster. This is a guy who's a priority for them in the 2027 class. So, in conversations with him, he really enjoyed his time in town. He got in on Thursday evening. First thing Friday, met with Ed Orgeron. Obviously got into the photo shoot that took social media by storm. And then Saturday, took some time with the staff into Sunday, meeting with Lane Kiffin and company as well. So it was a really beneficial meeting, a really beneficial visit. Jalen Brewster left with the same saying that Lane Kiffin likes to say, LSU's just different. Yeah. And he continued to reiterate that time and time again. So really strong visit from LSU. They made an impression. For me, obviously Texas holds the verbal pledge, but LSU and Florida are going to be the 2 schools to watch kind of after talking to him. We'll see if he takes a visit to Gainesville from an official perspective. But nonetheless, LSU left a good impression on Jalen Brewster. A super strong visit for him, of course, this weekend in the boot.
And then I want to ask you about another one in the state. Marquez Davis, of course, 3-star corner, 6'3", 180. He took a picture with Corey Raymond, and he looks like a Corey Raymond cornerback. Talk about him as a player, and then, of course, how the weekend went for him in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, he's a big son of a gun. I mean, 6'3", 178. This dude is your prototypical Corey Raymond recruit. That goes without saying. I mean, you can see how long, lanky he is in those pictures. You put some more size on him, He's going to be an absolute dude, and I think he's going to continue to be a riser in the recruiting rankings before his senior campaign's over. Last week, I mean, he was unranked. Fast forward to the end of the week, and he's a 3-star, top 15 player in the state of Louisiana. So evaluators are keeping kind of touch with Marquez Davis. This is a guy who Corey Raymond's prioritized primarily as a guy who's going to play the cornerback slot. He's listed as an athlete because he shines as a receiver too. But he's a cornerback at the next level. Corey Raymond loves him. And at the end of the day, I have a crystal ball in for Marquez Davis to be an LSU Tiger. For me, it's a matter of when, not if. Really excited for him to ultimately pop and make that decision if he does so. But I think if he makes the decision, LSU is getting a really, really talented player who really enjoyed his multi-day stay in Baton Rouge this past weekend.
And then it was also over the weekend announced 4-star safety Mekhi Williams decommitted from Florida State. How much is LSU in the mix in this situation? As he, believe it was on, I think it was yesterday, he announced his decommitment from the Seminoles. Yeah,
we're talking about a Florida native here, Noah, who committed to the Seminoles and was pledged them for a little bit, but wanted to feel out the process here. He wanted to check in with these other schools. This past weekend was up in Madison, Wisconsin, visiting the Badgers, where they made a really strong impression on him too. I mean, it goes without saying, the same day while you're up there, you decommit from the Florida State Seminoles, coming off of a Wisconsin Badgers visit. So from there, we started to see a lot of those crystal ball predictions go in favor of Wisconsin. I'm not sitting here and leaning anyway just yet. I'm not going to give Wisconsin the benefit of the doubt just yet. LSU has an official visit on deck with him for the weekend of June 19th, where, man, he's going to be surrounded by just such a star-studded visitors list. It's going to be ridiculous. So it gives a chance for Corey Raymond to really make an impression here for him. He's listed as a safety right now at the high school level, but LSU's recruiting him as a cornerback. Yeah. This is a player that they're really prioritizing. And after that visit, I think you and I might be having a different conversation about which way he's leaning. Everybody's talking about Wisconsin right now, and as they should be after a really strong visit up in Madison. But I'm excited to see kind of what happens after this visit to Baton Rouge on June 19th and see where the dust kind of settles on that.
Yeah, and then I want to ask you, he wasn't a visitor this weekend. He was in the Elite 11, and it looked like he impressed. Pop Houston, of course, the LSU quarterback commit out of Evangel, looked like he had a huge weekend. What are the reports you're hearing back from the Elite 11 and how the LSU commit fared?
Yeah, man, we had 3, 4, 5 guys from the 247 team over there in Los Angeles watching Pop Houston and company dominate the Elite 11. So really rave reviews coming back from his time out there. Love what he does from an interview perspective. By the way, man, he's so mature and carries himself so well off the field. But of course, everybody wants to talk about the production on the field, and he really shined out there. Day one, kind of that quote-unquote opening workout, he was a winner. I mean, top 3 on the day of the 20 quarterbacks that were out there. Really shined. Fast forward to Saturday, that pro day type of style workout, dominated, looked the part. Our Andrew Ivins was really raving about what Pop was doing on the field. And then day 3, continued to showcase how complete he is of a quarterback. Finished top 6, I think, when it came to the rankings from 247 out there of the 20 quarterbacks. So Pop just continues to further cement his status as one of the top quarterbacks in the state, in the country, etc. Really, really happy with how he shined out there. And now he's got the rest of the offseason to continue developing and get ready for a senior campaign before hopefully enrolling at LSU in January as an early enrollee.
And my next question is just from an overall standpoint, from a recruit's point of view. There are all these boxes, of course, that they're trying to check, whether it's a plan with the coaching staff and how they're going to use you. It's the monetary standpoint with NIL. It's the pitch of the place and the atmosphere and all those things. Are there any boxes that LSU at this point can't check with the way that they've structured the program under Lane Kiffin, with the assistant coaches, the staff, of course, a guy like Coach O who can preach the message, and then obviously the NIL commitment that they've made to be a player in that market?
Yeah, what a really good question. I mean, for me to sit, no. I mean, no. Like, I could sit here and give you this like journalistic answer and like dive into it and whatnot, but in short, no. I mean, you have a star-studded staff when you talk about Lane Kiffin, Charlie Weiss, and then George McDonald, et cetera, on offense. Flip to the other side. Blake Baker leading the charge there with Corey Raymond, Jake Olson, Kevin Peoples, and then Sterling Lucas, who deserves all the credit in the world. Yeah. I mean, this weekend's about to be a really big weekend for him as well on the recruiting trail, coming off of a really big weekend, this past one. So when you talk about the staff that you have assembled, flat out star-studded. Off the field, you put together a really good personnel group with Billy Glasscock, etc., leading the charge. And then your cherry on top is Ed Orgeron. So from a staff and personnel perspective, you're right on the money. And then you talk about the NIL commitment that they've made. They're one of the top 5, top 10 in the country when it comes to NIL commitment, both at the high school level and the transfer portal. So to keep that answer, bring it back, no. I mean, they're there when it comes to everything that these recruits are looking for. So, yeah, it's a really exciting time for this football program. And I think this fall is going to be kind of, again, showcasing exactly what this program is all about, both now and for the next couple of years as well.
Yeah.
You've covered this program under what was the Brian Kelly era and now the Lane Kiffin era, although it'd be a short time under Lane Kiffin. How stark was the difference between this weekend for LSU versus the times covering and maybe a different regime?
Yeah, it's a completely different vibe. Like, the people that you talk to in the building talk. Yeah, like, you sit back and I'm glad you said that. I can say, no shit. Like, you're sitting here, man. You're talking about, like, the vibe is completely different. You're talking about just the intensity's different. The culture's different. Lane Kiffin is just such a more, chill, laid-back guy, but super hands-on when it comes to recruits. And people continue to push this narrative that he doesn't recruit and whatnot. It's like, relax. Like, the national narratives are hilarious to me, but, dude,
they don't know how to knock him. Vibe. They don't know what to say.
Well, everybody just wants to continue and put him under this microscope, right, and talk as much shit as possible, but it's like, just relax. Like, let him work. And that's why I can't wait for September 19th, for this. Oh, God. That clip gets me every time. I can't wait for September 19th, man, just to hopefully put a lot of these narratives to rest. But, Lloyd, to get back to your question, man, new vibe, new look, new regime. Spring camp was a really good telling sign of that. Getting to see what this team's all about. It's different right now. And then getting to hear rave reviews coming back from the recruiting side of things this past weekend. It's strong, man. It is strong. I'm really excited about the trajectory of the program.
It's crazy how much we had to ignore it.
It is. It's crazy how much just that one video of Coach O brought us back and made us realize of how bad it was, what we were missing.
I didn't even realize, not to cut you off, though, but I didn't even realize personally.
That's what I'm saying. We're blind to it. Well,
yeah, it's like we have to try to have these biased opinions where yeah, he's doing great. Yeah, he's crushing it on the recruiting realm. Yeah, he's not cringy at all. It's no, at the end of the day, all of that is
very true.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to make LSU not cool?
And
he did it in spades.
I don't even know how it's possible to make LSU not cool, yet we watched it be not cool for 3 to 4 years. Yeah. So it's
Texas A&M it grabs you by the hair and bit you over a barrel, and you just had to sit and you had to take it, be like, oh well, not oh well. Your mother had to watch that. And it's like I don't want that tape out there. And so you know what? You burn the fucking director and say we're not making that movie anymore. And now you're different. It's back to it's funny that Lane Kiffin is the one that came up. We've been a part of LSU. It's been around for legions of years, and he comes in day one and goes, oh, it's just a little different here. We're like, oh, that's what it is. It is just different, and we haven't stopped saying it since he said it. We never even thought of it.
Spot on. We're talking about the Ed Orgeron days where you talk about culture, winning, except for there were some struggles down the stretch, but we're only going to talk about 2019 where this team's the shit. We're talking about a team where there's culture, there's aura, there's everything that you want to describe. And then Brian Kelly comes in, and it's a struggle bus at times. The expectations weren't there. It wasn't cool, however you want to say it. And then Lane Kiffin comes in and utilizes this term just different. And from there, the culture's been back. He's continuing to change the narrative surrounding the program. 100% Lloyd. The culture's back. Rave reviews from the recruits. Jalen Brewster continues to talk highly about this program. Of course, Adrian Cole, another player, raving about the culture. Marquez Davis, Abraham Sese. These guys are really excited about what LSU's doing, what they're building, and the conversations that they had with Lane Kiffin. They're continuing to really trend in the right direction here. And the next couple of weeks are massive. The June 5th, June 12th, and June 19th weekends are super big on the recruiting trail. But as the culture continues to come back, the recruits are starting to see it. Those within the building are starting to see it. It's a really exciting time for the LSU Tigers for the remainder of this offseason, and then, of course, leading into week 1 against Clemson, too.
And when you think of the word and the phrase "just different," is Ed Orgeron not the embodiment of it? Like watching him in that video, walking them out of the tunnel, is that not the embodiment of what the hashtag "just different" that is LSU?
Yeah, I mean,
you don't get that anywhere else.
He's so passionate. Like, this is a guy that bleeds purple and gold. This is his Super Bowl. Like, getting the chance to recruit the best talent in America to Baton Rouge to represent LSU while on the same team as Lane Kiffin again. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, dude. Like, I'm telling you, to have Ed Orgeron back is massive. He's the definition of what it means to be just different. I'm so intrigued about how these next couple of weeks go on the recruiting trail because Ed Orgeron is really lighting a fire underneath what these recruits are ready to do.
Well, Zach, we appreciate you making some time for us this morning. Of course, all the hard work over the weekend. What should everyone expect over there at Go 247 from you and the crew?
Yeah, man. We're starting to really make some strides in the right direction over there as we get more acclimated to everything. Me, Blake, and Andre have really hit the ground running. And now it's a new month, new goals for us. We're excited. Ton of recruiting coverage. I mean, Andre and I have been pumping stuff out like crazy on there. The message board has been buzzing as well. So get over to Go 247. Subscribe if you're not. It's $1 for your first month. We're really starting to hit the ground running there with a ton of coverage, consistent stuff right there too. So really excited about it, man. Check it out. A big month ahead for LSU on the recruiting scene, and we'll make sure to have as much buzz and intel as possible.
Awesome. We appreciate you always making some time for us, and we'll make sure to keep getting you in with these huge recruiting weekends so you can recap them on a Monday morning with us.
Absolutely, man. Let's do it. I appreciate you guys. And that shirt, by the way, you need to let me know where you got it because that is nice.
I appreciate it. I'll send you the link.
Appreciate you. Later, brother.
Oh. Later. There he is, Zack Nagy. Great stuff over with Go 247 and 247 Sports as they are. You want some love on that tee over there? It does look good. It looks good on you, Lloyd.
That's what he was talking about. I thought you were talking about Chrissy's shirt.
No.
Shout out.
It's a good shirt.
Great shirt.
There it is.
I wasn't on camera.
That's okay.
Should have been.
That's okay. You were working on Twitter.
Just different.
You were working on Twitter.
Nah,
over there.
I just went in on Chris Lowe. He made a typo. He made a typo in his article. I felt like you there for a second. You finding typos.
Like grammar police.
Yep.
There you go.
You should have plugged it into Chat GPT.
Yep. We appreciate.
No, I read
Zach.
it. I actually read the whole thing, and I was like, wait, that's not how you spell Pete Golding's name. And I was like, hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Hey, over here.
Hey, Chris. It's Chris.
Back.
I'll read it. Hold on.
Yo, it's Minnie.
I said, hey, Chris, great article today. Just want to remind you to zip up Pete's pants after you swallow. Maybe fix your typo in the 11th paragraph. Not sure people will read it for that long, but just want to let you know. Best, Christian.
Nice.
10 out of 10.
He's helping him out.
I thought it was polite.
Yeah, nice, Minnie.
Best.
But we appreciate Zach always making some time for us. Of course, great intel there. A huge weekend it was, and it's nice to hear all the positive reports back from the weekend. Wyatt, what was your reaction to hearing the positive reports via the weekend? Were you surprised that it's all positive, or you kind of what you anticipated?
No, I mean, there's never a bad official visit weekend.
Well, we just saw some clips of one.
Well, there are, of course. Well, with Brian Kelly, that's
Nut to butt.
Yeah, when you go nut to butt on
the ultimate
platform.
outlier.
They literally lost the recruit because of it.
Free my boy,
Right.
though.
There it is, Poach. That's good.
No, I mean, there's no surprise. I think they made a big impression with Brewster, Sab, and Cisse. I think those are guys you can kind of circle and say, LSU's going to be in it till the very end, till they either shut down their recruitment or end up signing ultimately either with LSU or somewhere else. I think Adrian Cole, I would imagine he probably ends up at Georgia. But, nice to have him on campus. Marquez Davis got his official offer. I wouldn't be surprised if you hear some news on him within the next week or so.
Right.
And then obviously Easton Royal, we've talked about him ad nauseum. I mean, it's going to be a battle. Like it's LSU or Texas, and I don't think there's anything imminent, in terms of Easton Royal and like news. I think he's going to go through, do his official visits. I think he'll probably do a lot of visits during the season, I would imagine. And then if he does end up flipping to LSU, I would imagine it probably doesn't happen until closer to signing day, so there's a lot of time there. But, yeah, I mean, an awesome weekend. Coach O is the fucking GOAT. And, this is going to be a good class for LSU, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, look, on the Easton Royal front, I meant to ask Zach about Miguel Whitley, but he commits to Ole Miss. Whitley out of St. Aug, receiver out of St. Aug. And to me, I don't think that's saying that LSU's got Easton Royal locked up, so they're letting Whitley leave. Mm-hmm. To me, it's saying I just think the attention is in one place right now. Like they are focused and locked in on making Easton Royal a Tiger, and they're kind of like they're going all in. That's the optics point that you talked about. Like they are making it very apparent that they're doing everything they can to get Easton Royal to campus, like to be an LSU Tiger.
So I actually think the Whitley thing says more about how they feel about Xavier Sabb, who is also a 5-star wide receiver who was on campus this weekend. I think they've recruited Whitley for a long time. And look, I'm not going to be one of those people who says, oh, LSU didn't want him at Ole Miss. But I do think there's a sense of like,
where do you put your focus?
He's a little bit further down the board on, for wide receivers for Lane Kiffin and the staff. I do think if LSU decides to prioritize him and make a late run at a flip, there's a chance that happens. Maybe not. Maybe he sticks with Ole Miss regardless if LSU strikes out with, Royal and Sabb. But I do think they made a big impression on Sabb, and I think Whitley committing to Ole Miss this weekend was not necessarily the biggest coincidence there. I'm not saying anything's imminent with Sabb, but I think LSU's going to be in it, for the long haul for Sabb and, of course, Easton Royal.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and you've seen it happen many times. I mean, like when Lane first got the job, Kenny Darby had been committed to LSU for a long time, ends up decommitting, and then LSU goes after Braden Allen at LCA, who wasn't committed to LSU. He was committed to Oklahoma, and he flips. Like it was like here, like one day, the next day, because it was just very apparent their priority was elsewhere.
Of course.
I mean, they saw something else. So it'll be interesting to watch the recruiting weekends over the remainder of the month of June. Of course, we'll have Zack Nagy in often. And make sure you stay locked on everything they've got going on over there with 247 Sports and Go 24/7. They're doing great work as well. And on the On3 front, there was an announcement today from On3. Our guy Shay Dixon posted it. As Glenn West is officially the newest staff addition to the Bengal Tiger family. Of course, Glenn West, very good friend of ours, a friend of the show, who worked for 247 Sports, is now part of the On3 staff. So congratulations to Glenn, as he is now part of the On3 staff. Great stuff over there. We did have a super chat early in the show. We were all enthralled by Coach O and missed. Ultimate Sports South, $10 super chat, 10 claps, ready. Shout out, met the boys for the final. Sorry for the celebrations. Y'all got out of there quick. Poggi, incredible shakeback. Loved hanging with y'all for a bit. Chrissy, I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. It was a fun look.
Fun.
They gave us the recap of the weekend. They were, of course, in New Orleans watching Champions League final.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch the 45 minutes of it.
At the end.
I did. I locked in about it in the 85th minute. I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I saw it was 1-1, 85th
Good precursor
minute.
for the World Cup.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If they go to PKs, just let me know when the penalty kicks start.
PK Subban. That's hockey.
Nice. It is. And so
that was fun. Shout out to Trevor, Holy Cross guy.
He
told me, he was like, you got to start shitting on Holy Cross. And I was like, no. Realistically, no.
Hit this.
Wyatt, it was your fault you didn't enjoy Holy Cross, though.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna magically be like, oh, Holy Cross, not a bad school.
Why did you finally get the FanDuel lines on some college baseball today?
So the money lines are out. Every time I check, it's just money lines. I'm not seeing the run lines, which is what I've been absolutely crushing with the last couple of days.
Money lines are out.
So Florida State's favored. Georgia Tech, Auburn, West Virginia, Florida, and A&M are the favorites for today. And then there's an if necessary game. If Florida State wins game 1 today, they'll play a regional final. I don't see the run lines though. My early looks though, I like whatever the run line is for Florida. We're gonna see whatever the run line is for Auburn. I do think they win today over Milwaukee, but the fact that they're minus 2,500 makes me think the run line might be very high, so I don't know that I want to take that. And then I do think I like whatever the run line is going to be for Georgia Tech. They're only minus 500, so it's not going to be too bad. But again, we'll wait and see when the lines are posted. First game is at 11 a.m., so an hour and a half, so we should get the run line for Florida State St. John's within the next couple of minutes.
There we go. It was a heck of a weekend, I tell you what.
Great weekend.
Just going through everything that transpired. Like I said, it looked like LSU didn't make it, and everyone just kind of forgot what was going on. And it was also, I saw...
More embarrassing to be UCLA or LSU?
UCLA.
UCLA.
LSU.
UCLA.
You can't. No.
Look. Because I
miss
get
the
the
tournament.
UCLA point. Like, you're the number 1 overall seed.
I think
you've
both
been number 1.
It is. They're both very embarrassing.
But if you're
of course.
LSU, I mean, like
UCLA is 2 games. You lost 2 games.
I'm simply saying UCLA is more embarrassing because of the stage you were at.
Yeah.
Not what was worse. What was
LSU
worse was
didn't
obviously
make it
LSU.
to that stage.
Yeah, but that's why UCLA is worse.
If you're talking about just this season, if you're taking out the fact that LSU won the national championship last year, it is you are the best program in college baseball. You are probably, as much as we talk about NIL and that they need more money, they're still probably top 15 to 20 in the country in terms of baseball spending, and you went 9-21. You were the 3rd worst team in the SEC.
I would argue that's actually, they get an excuse for this year. UCLA gets half their whole roster back. They return the number 1 player in the country. They go into the tournament, number 1 overall seed. They're number 1 the whole year. What's more embarrassing? Losing to the worst team in the entire tournament.
St. Mary's is not the worst team in the entire tournament.
They were ranked as the worst team in the entire tournament.
Not.
Yes, they're the last team in.
Okay,
No,
you don't
were
know
they
how
not? They were the 4th seed in the best regional.
That's not how the seeding works in baseball.
Okay, well, either way, they
understand it.
lost to the 4th seed in their regional at home, being the number 1 team the whole year. I think that's more embarrassing. Now, I agree with you. LSU's result was obviously worse. They didn't make the tournament.
Why
but
is it an
UCLA
excuse?
lost on a national stage. Number
LSU
1 team
lost
the
on
whole
the
year.
national stage all season.
No, they didn't. This
They
is the college.
literally
This
did.
is the postseason. LSU was never on TV in the postseason. I'm saying UCLA was on TV in the postseason.
Christian,
they were the number 1 team in the country. They lose in the first round of the tournament.
Christian, the 2 highest viewed games in college baseball over the course of the regular season was Texas A&M at LSU this year.
I get that.
The entire country watched LSU get absolutely.
UCLA had a
face-fucked
chance to
and
go to
swept at
Omaha
Texas A&M.
as the number 1 team in the
I
country,
agree.
and they lose in the first round.
Okay.
I think that's more embarrassing than LSU not making.
Who had a better season?
Than UCLA did.
UCLA, okay.
Right.
Oh.
That I don't think that plays a part into it.
Yes, it absolutely.
I think
does.
that just determines who had a worse or better season. I think what was more embarrassing was losing in that first regional to the worst team in your region.
Yeah, if that happened to LSU at the box, you would be at, I don't even know if it would be.
apoplectic.
It is.
Yeah.
It really
That was the best team in
of
10
course.
years for UCLA.
They went 52-8.
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
was,
No, it is
no,
embarrassing.
that
I'm
was
not
their
saying
year.
it's not
That was their
embarrassing.
year.
It's more embarrassing
and
for
as
LSU.
bad as LSU was, UCLA played 2 more games than them.
Right? No, I'm with you.
It's that. Look, I understand LSU had a bad year.
Yeah.
If you're UCLA,
That's
I
a
mean,
colossal
that's
failure.
I'd say like it's a fireable offense.
No,
100%.
It can't happen.
especially
I
with the
agree.
roster that you had and just bringing everybody back and all the confidence. It really just shows you how fucking terrible the Big Ten is.
That's what I. That's,
Right, that is part of it.
It really just tells you how
Like, who
bad
they
it
play?
is.
They went 28-2 in conference.
Okay, against Rutgers, do they even have a
I get it.
baseball
No,
team?
look,
Like the
Like,
Big Ten is
that's-
so bad,
And that's why, like, I will always contend, and that's when it hurt to look at the bracket whenever LSU wasn't in it. It's like, just if you just get in, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Like, if you go to UCLA's regional, you could have been St. Mary's and be like, oh, we're going to skull drag UCLA. They're not any good. And that the same thing could have happened if LSU played a little bit better
LSU
baseball. They just had to get there. They didn't.
LSU's
But
just
if
a
you're
non-factor.
UCLA, that is.
Yeah.
No, it is beyond embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't even
Both
know
are
how
very
to,
bad.
Yeah, but
LSU was a non-factor, and UCLA was
UCLA
a
is-
player, and UCLA got fucking bitch.
Yeah, but I think LSU being a non-factor is
Right, but-
that is
very
But
embarrassing.
that in
LSU
itself is
should
just worse.
never
I don't
be
know
a
if that's
non-factor.
necessarily embarrassing to the extent of losing
Yeah.
as the number 1 team.
If
in your regional
UCLA
league.
actually-
I'm embarrassed.
But
I'm
as
embarrassed.
of right now, of course, the recency of UCLA losing the way they did, but I think overall, when you look at it, LSU winning a national championship and then going 9-21 in conference and not even coming close to getting into the postseason is much more embarrassing. Mm-hmm. I'd rather get
I think
into
it's
the
much worse.
I'd rather get into the dance and lose than miss it.
I think you
100%.
could say that from outside the club.
What do you mean?
But like, because we're not LSU didn't go to the dance, so you're like, I'd rather go and then like. UCLA went to the dance with the hottest girl there, walked to
Right.
the bathroom and saw.
and Pojied.
No,
but-
I'm not going to do that. Saw Steve Urkel just absolutely railing his date.
Yeah,
twice.
but LSU.
But LSU
was-
couldn't get a
I
girl
know,
to go.
But that's fine.
That's
like,
fine.
All right, I didn't
It's
go.
not fine.
I didn't
It's
get
not
to go.
fine.
No.
It's not fine.
What would you rather happen?
Oh, I
to
wasn't
you?
at prom.
You're right. Like,
Why?
it
You
didn't
couldn't
happen
get a
to
date?
me.
Yeah, nah, I couldn't get a
Like,
date.
it's not the best thing to happen to you, but if that happened to LSU,
100%.
No,
if
I
you would
agree
be
with
like,
that
I'd rather not
But-
have gone. Like, this is so. It can't happen.
Look, I agree.
But part of
y'all, LSU is worse. That is embarrassing.
embarrassing.
Yes, they're both embarrassing. No one's saying that what's going on at
They would
either
try to,
one is
if
not
Jay
embarrassing.
Johnson did what just happened, they would be trying to fire Jay Johnson.
Yes, they would.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because
they're not even
because they're not.
You went to
about
two
it
regional
now.
games at home.
They're not
But they're
trying to
not even
fire
talking
him
about it
now.
now.
And this
Yeah,
is
I know,
objectively
because
worse.
like you had a bad year.
That's why
this
I
is
know-
you went 52-8, and then you didn't show up for the one thing that you played for. That is brutal.
The conjecture would be a lot different.
Like I'm telling you, like y'all forget how LSU fans are.
Yeah.
Like you're
No,
supposed to be the
I-
best team in the country. Sure, this happened all year, and it's like this is embarrassing. You saw some flashes where it was good, and a 2-game sample size where you're the #1 overall seed at home.
No, I agree.
And you lose both.
They should have gone 2-Q. If
That's
we're
what
gonna
I'm
be,
saying.
they should have lost to
100%.
Virginia Tech.
They should
They
have.
had a 3-run ninth.
No,
like,
without a doubt.
It's still more embarrassing for LSU though. LSU is the biggest brand and the biggest program in all of college
You
baseball.
can have it off here. You
didn't
can't
even
be
make
the #1 team in
Okay,
the country and
that-
go get bitch slapped by Boise
That's never
State.
happened
Okay,
before in
but let
college
me-
baseball
can I talk?
History
Yeah,
ever.
you can
That
start
has
talking.
never happened.
Okay, I understand. What do you mean? What's never happened?
What happened
That
to
upset.
UCLA?
Vanderbilt. It happened to Vanderbilt last season.
No, it's not the same thing. I'm talking about wire to wire, #1 in the country, and then going as the #1 seed.
And
That's
that
never
happened to Vanderbilt in 2007.
No, it
that was the
didn't.
first
That
time.
is-
They were wire to wire #1.
That has not. They didn't lose in their opening. They didn't lose in their opening regional.
They did.
They didn't lose like that. Is what I'm saying.
2007
No,
Vanderbilt.
they
did.
said it's they said it on television. It's
It
never
never
happened.
They did not make it to the regional final in 2007.
It's not the regional final. They didn't make it out of group play.
What?
Like they didn't
That's
make.
what he said. That's
That's
what
what I
Ray
just
said.
said.
Yeah,
Final
a
is.
regional final is a regional final. But what just happened? If they said it on television. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you want to quantify what Vanderbilt did.
Maybe the TV's wrong, but
But
they said it never happened,
they
which is,
said,
makes
like-
it more embarrassing because, first of all, they could be wrong, but that
And if
also
you have to
makes
go
it
back to
embarrassing.
2007,
Again, very embarrassing. Not discounting that. But LSU is the biggest and best baseball program in all of college baseball. You cannot miss the tournament. That is more embarrassing. The only argument there is to be made for UCLA is if you're going to use LSU winning the national championship last year as a crutch.
Right.
And saying, well, we were in Omaha. It was tough to build our team. It's whatever. Me personally, I don't think that plays a factor because UCLA was also in Omaha last year. It is far more embarrassing.
Chat
It is
poll.
far more embarrassing
Chat
what happened to
poll.
LSU. Well, yeah, I'm sure the group
Well,
of fucking LSU fans is going to side with LSU.
It's a chat poll. They're listening to the show. They're listening to
Yeah,
both
no,
points
no,
being
I think we
argued.
put the poll up.
You could have
100%, I
swayed them. We
respect-
could have swayed them.
Because
Cool.
I think the reason I feel the way I feel is my LSU pride and the fact of
Yeah.
I am more embarrassed more than anything that LSU just did. Like you didn't even get in.
That's
Like,
why I think
would
it's-
rather lose in the first round of the NBA playoffs than not get in.
I just think we were so irrelevant this year that you don't even.
That's embarrassing.
I understand,
Right.
but losing on a national stage the way UCLA did as the #1 team the whole year with Rock Chalowski,
Right,
who
I
gets
get-
talked
I get
about
it, I
like
get
Adley
it.
Rutgers.
I'm not
You're saying it like LSU didn't lose on the national stage. LSU lost on the national stage every single
it wasn't
weekend,
the
every
postseason.
single
It
year.
wasn't the
I get that. And
Yes, exactly. It wasn't the postseason. That's
Right.
the whole point.
That's why I'm saying it's more embarrassing.
Yes,
for
what
UCLA.
happened yesterday to UCLA was the most embarrassing moment total between
Yeah.
the two programs. When you add up the total embarrassment over the course of the season, LSU, it's not even close.
No,
100%.
no, dude. Who was the team that lost to 16-1 in the March Madness for the
Purdue.
first time
And
ever?
Virginia.
Purdue and Virginia.
They have yet to recover. They won, but they have yet to recover. Everybody thinks back to that moment. Like that is forever embarrassing.
And the thing about
when you miss playoffs once after winning it, like all right, whatever.
And UCLA is totally irrelevant. That's the thing. Like nobody even cared that they were the #1
Wait.
seed and they were the best team in college baseball this year. Did you ever see them play? I didn't. And then you turn up for the first time. They're in the national spotlight. Like, oh, you're garbage.
You were like expecting it to happen. That's how.
That's what. I was not surprised at all that UCLA lost.
I'm
because
not
I've never
either.
seen
Yeah,
them
no, I
play,
agree.
but I was told that they have the best player in the country. They went wire to wire, #1, won almost 60 games in the regular season, and then you're
And
not
they do
playing
that.
anymore. Like Chrissy said, I don't know how you fucking recover from that. Like,
Yeah.
Well, first of
they
all-
don't advance.
first
They
of all-
don't like invest anything into it. You should be a phenomenal baseball program. You're in
100%.
California. You have all of the money and all of the
USC
private
isn't
sector. Yeah, the USC's not bad though. They're actually
They're
big.
in there.
They're
USC's actually
doing
playing.
a little bit of a
First
run.
of all,
But UCLA has been
The
relevant in
UMBC
baseball.
thing-
He said Virginia hasn't recovered. They
Virginia
won the
won the
national
national
championship the
championship
next
next
year.
year.
So, nice argument there,
But
bud.
my point was when you think back to 16-1,
getting loud.
16-1 upsets, you think back to Virginia.
No, I think of FDU versus Purdue because it happened since then.
Okay,
I think
whatever.
of
I'm just saying.
Boom,
it was-
okay,
it was just a
good.
bad argument.
Okay,
It's okay.
Okay, you think back to Purdue. Just
Right.
happened more recently. All right,
Yeah.
fine.
There you go.
But they're both on the list.
Yeah.
UCLA is on a list alone
You're
with
on the
Vanderbilt.
list. You're on my list.
I just think, watching UCLA get punked twice on national television versus LSU getting punked 30 times on national television is worse.
You lost the series to Sacramento State.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is a bad way to word it.
You know what I mean? Like they were on TV twice and got beat. LSU got beat on TV 30 times, and that's the part that's embarrassing to me. Is everyone tuned in, sat down, and watched LSU blow leads to Mississippi State and get beat up by Texas A&M and get swept by Ole Miss and lose to Vanderbilt and
Right.
Sacramento State and Northeastern and McNeese and UL, the whole thing. That's what's embarrassing.
Everyone hate watched LSU all season. You got to hate watch UCLA for 2 days.
Yeah. But I think Ivo says it. LSU is the most embarrassing season. UCLA is the most embarrassing ending of the season because it is.
Sure.
What UCLA did is embarrassing. I don't want to discount that. Like being the best team and then going and getting spanked by St. Mary's in the first round of your regional is beyond embarrassing. But being the national champion and not even getting a.
But that's happened before. It's happened multiple times.
But it shouldn't. It's not to. It shouldn't be to LSU. There's a LSU.
going to
Yeah,
factor
it's
in
a
this.
difference for someone else to miss the postseason rather than LSU missing the
You're
postseason.
LSU.
Yeah,
There's a
but
reason it's only happened once in the last 20 years.
But you have
Yeah.
the excuse though lingering over you of like
No,
you
you
won it
don't.
last year. It's
No, you
rebuild
I don't think
year.
you have.
No,
No,
but
no.
people think that.
There's
we
no
know
excuse.
that's
No,
not
no.
true, but you have
But
people
at-
think that.
No, they don't.
Well, from a national
Yes.
perspective,
No, they don't.
From a
Yes.
national perspective, people are going. LSU will be back,
Yeah,
Of course.
and so it's like that's what.
But they
and
would
then-
say that regard, like if what happened to UCLA happened to LSU, they would say the same thing.
Yes.
But they're not going to say that about UCLA.
They're not saying that about UCLA. 'Cause
About
this was
them-
this was
not
their
LSU.
year.
about them being back. No, I know, and that
This
that
was
what
their year.
goes into
That's
y'all's-
part of the argument.
Yeah.
UCLA is not LSU.
Right.
I agree.
If anything that happens to LSU, it's going to be more nationally talked about. LSU missing the postseason is a big story because it's LSU, not because they missed the postseason.
Yeah.
I think it was probably better to fade away into the night than to be. If LSU had,
I don't disagree with that.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's maybe the coward's way out. Be like we weren't.
LSU
LSU wasn't any good this year. Versus if they had won a national championship, go 56-8, and then they're hosting a regional and you lose in your own regional after winning a national championship, and you're back to being the number one seed and the number one team in the country, and then you lose. You don't even go to it. You don't even host your own regional, like your own chance to go to a super and host that. And then the path is so easy for you when you are the number one team in the country and host your regional with against teams like that. They're not at UCLA is not in a tough regional.
No,
they
They
weren't.
lost to
I don't-
St.
again, I
Mary's
agree.
twice.
And that place
Like
just
the-
looked miserable.
Yeah,
It is
and that's the
miserable.
other part of it. Like that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If it's LSU and it's in the box, people don't recover from that in terms of a week. You know, like
Right.
that you're embarrassed.
Yeah, no, we're sitting
LSU
here-
being what happened was that you kind of come to terms with what you can look at the totality of everything. Be like, if they had lost in a regional that way and Case and Evans gets hurt pitch one, you're like, oh, you don't have your starter, and then you go into game two and Cooper Moore gets hurt game two, and then Chris Stanfield gets hurt, Jake Brown gets hurt. If it all happens in a small sample size, there are excuses there. It happened over totality of a season. When you look at LSU, there's a lot of things you could point at as to why it went the way that it did.
Of course.
And Jay Johnson did it the best when he said, we've lost 36 players in 3 years. Nope, that's a roster. At some point, it was going to catch up to us.
Right.
It won't happen again for another 3 to 4 years because turnover is turnover.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? And I went to the portal, I swung and missed. At some point, it was going to happen. And that's where you are.
I'm not disagreeing with that. And that's what makes me scared for, maybe not scared, but like slightly concerned about coming into next season. If it seems like Curiel's gone, we're going to see what happens with Milam and Jake Brown. Let's just say they all three go to the draft. You're in a position where last year you kind of fucked up by going too heavily in the portal. And if all three of those guys go to the draft, you're in a position where you have to go back into the portal. And I know that's going to sketch a lot of LSU fans out, but I don't see the starting shortstop on LSU's roster right now unless it's Stephen Milam. you're going to have to go and get a shortstop. I don't see LSU starting center fielder on the roster right now unless it's Jake Brown or Derek Curiel. You know what I mean? So that's what kind of concerns me about next year. You're in a position where you have to go into the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
It'll be. The offseason is going to be very intriguing.
Because how many times can you put a Band-Aid on it? I think is what Jay is going to have to come to terms with. Do I play younger guys now again, where you saw it in 24? Your Jake Browns, your Stephen Milums, all of those guys that kind of learned how to win and learn how to play baseball happened in 24, so you could have 25. Mm-hmm. You have 26, so hopefully you can have 27, and it might not be 27, it might be 28. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, that's just kind of where you are. Eventually, where it catches up to you, they were freshmen this year that didn't play as big of a role as maybe you would expect because they didn't get to have the postseason experience. So you don't know what you have. But when you have William Patrick, Daniel Harden, Klaus, Rickert, like all of those guys that got significant run, those are two different players that both contributed and had significant playing time that you're like, okay. Like I could see Rickert playing shortstop next year. He was a 5-year starter at Catholic. That doesn't happen.
No, look, Ruckert's a great player. I'm very excited about Ruckert.
I think he's going to be very good.
I think he's going to be very good in his career at LSU. But
that's what I'm saying. It might be okay. You're starting shortstop as a sophomore. Yeah. When he comes back as a junior,
right,
he's going to be one of the best players in the country.
That's what I'm saying.
You try to go get a shortstop. And he looks around and goes, what are we doing here? Like, why did I come to play second base again? And you bring in somebody that maybe doesn't have, like, wants to come in and be the dude. And you're like, we kind of already have our culture here. If you don't get with it, but you're the shortstop.
I don't think that way of thinking is wrong at all. I just think then that drastically changes what the expectation is.
And I think that's what it has to be. It's not national championship every year.
Yeah, it's not.
It's the hardest one to win in the sport.
Right.
It's the hardest one to win in any sport.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
The expectation in college baseball should never be national championship every year.
Omaha.
For LSU specifically, it should be Omaha every single year.
Yeah.
And if you're telling me that Jack Ruckert and William Patrick, two guys who were decent as freshmen in SEC play, are day one starters as of right now, unless they go on look, I'm all about them being able to compete for a spot next year.
Developing the whole
but
thing.
if I don't know that you're in a spot where you're penciling them in as starters. You're LSU, you should be able to go into the portal and get the best of the best. There's a lot of really good players in the portal. There were a lot of really good players last year, and you missed out on them. God knows why. Maybe it was NIL. Maybe you just didn't recruit them well. Maybe it was because you were in Omaha for the last 3 weeks of the portal. Whatever it is, you're LSU, you should be able to go and get some fucking studs to be able to replace Stephen Milam, Derek Curiel, Jake Brown, if they do go to the
I will say it's almost impossible to replace like a Stephen Milam or a Curiel.
Of course.
But you're going to be able to replace that position. You're not going to be able to replace the player, but you'll be able to replace the position. So I think that as long as you get that through your head and you're able to understand that, then it allows you to kind of move on to that next step and allows you to understand and accept what's happening with the future of the roster. Because you're not going to be able to replace a defensive stud like Milam, but you're going to be able to bring back another guy in short who can maybe, like a Ruckert, that you can fill in there and he can get the job done.
Well, and I think if LSU stays pretty status quo and they don't make any big splashes in the portal besides like pitching, and they just let some of the younger guys develop and play as sophomores, and it's Ruckert at short and Claus at second, and it's Patrick and center. Like I have no issue with that whatsoever. Like to me, that was my first thought of what Jay was going to do when he talked after the A&M game. Was he was just going to build the team through letting guys grow. And my only thing is that just changes what the expectation will be going into next season, because I do think if you go get top guys out of the portal, or you get Milam and Brown back, or what you do, that puts LSU back in the conversation of top 5 team going into the season, Omaha expectations, national championship, their favoritism, whatever. But I do think if they do stay status quo and those guys develop and they play as sophomores, is perfectly fine. I think you will still be a really good baseball team, because those guys are not at LSU for no reason, right? Like Rucker, the development, the experience that they've gotten is invaluable. it will just be interesting to see what the strategy is for Jay moving into the offseason, the way he wants to structure it. I think the only thing that changes isn't the expectation to be good or a doubt that they can compete. It's more so what the expectations will be preseason going into it, which ultimately has no bearing. But I just do think it will shift the way people are talking about LSU going into the season. And so...
Yeah, I don't want like at LSU you should never have a season where there should be lower expectations. Not in year 5 or what is it, year 6 of the Jay Johnson era where you've won 2 national championships. I love Jay, I trust him to fucking death. But like you say you can't replace Stephen Milam, and I agree. To an extent, there is nothing that can replace Stephen Milam. There are 2 top 40 draft prospects in the 2027 MLB draft that are in the portal right now. Lincoln Garcia, shortstop from Texas Tech, and Jamie Laskovsky, shortstop from William & Mary. Where else are they going to fucking go? If Stephen Milam... No. They are prospects for the 2027 MLB draft next year. They cannot go to the draft.
UCLA.
Where else are they going to go? Like, I don't... If you're a big-time transfer portal shortstop, you should be coming to LSU. Go and get the best in the portal. Now, I don't know what the NIL conversations are. Like, if that's a crutch, that's a whole separate conversation. But program for program, there is no one that can compete with LSU. You should be able to go into the portal and cherry pick the best talent from whatever school you want.
And I hope that's not what I meant.
No, I agree with you. You can't replace Stephen Milam. But, like, it's not like you're going to have this gaping hole at shortstop and you're going to suck there. There are great players in the portal. There are great players all over the country that you can go and you can do your absolute best to replace them. There are a couple really good outfielders. You need 3 of them if Curiel and Jake Brown go to the draft. Go get some of them. There's going to be some good pitchers to enter. Go get them. You know what I mean?
It'll be very interesting to see the strategy Jay uses going into this season and the way it is viewed going into next season. Because, I mean, this offseason is one that's going to have all eyes on it because LSU, of course, extremely disappointing this year. And you're looking at next season with positivity because of some of the guys that you have, the freshmen that you were able to play and that you expect to develop. As of right now, there, to me, are 3 spots that are locked up. First base, and then catcher and DH. Those are locks. Everything else, there's competition, there's development you would like to see. Of course, you're waiting to see what happens with the draft with Milam, Curiel, Brown. To me, mostly Milam and Brown, and then what they do portal-wise. I think Jay's strategy will be the most intriguing part. If he goes portal to fill holes, or if he goes, you know what, we're going to build through the roster we have. Raging Poon, $5 super chat, 5 claps. Ready. Could y'all see swapping Ruckert and Milam? I've heard Milam doesn't get much love as a shortstop from the scouts. He's a dog. Let's up his stock. No, I don't think they would swap.
No.
If Milam's here, he's playing shortstop because he's the best in the country.
Yeah, let me come back for my senior year to play second.
Because I think even like
we've seen it.
You play shortstop.
You can put him.
You can put him at, like the pro teams will just put him at second.
Yeah.
There's nothing you're going to see at
if there's
short
dirt,
and go,
a ball in a glove, he can do it.
Right.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to look at him at short and go, but can he play second if he's that, if he's playing short that well?
He's better at short than he is at second.
Of course. But I don't think anyone's going to doubt his ability at second because they're watching him play short.
Look, I understand what professional baseball is, and everybody that plays shortstop in Major League Baseball is now 6'4" or 6'6", and it's insane that they have these
monsters,
freaks. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'll play infield. It's like, no, like Connor Griffin played shortstop. He's 6'6". It's like, what do you, DJ LeMahieu?
And he moves
like, where are you from? But pound for pound, I will take Stephen Milam at shortstop over anybody in the country, and that baseball doesn't change that much. The position doesn't change. The field gets no bigger, no smaller. The infield is the infield. They hit the ball harder. That's not a problem of his. The arm is fine. I have zero concern. Like I don't know why you would move him, but that's not my
right. Because I agree.
Like, I don't know what would he have to do to be like, oh, you can't do it at the next level. Like, okay, why? I've never seen a better defensive shortstop in my life.
No, I agree. But that's why I think it's interesting that it is
like,
so
second baseman,
right? So accepted on the pro baseball level.
He's 5'7",
because he's smaller, right? That to me, I guess that's the whole conversation. So it'll be interesting.
And that's what I meant by like not being able to replace. You're never going to get another guy who's just so unbelievable at that position, revolving defense ever. Like you're just probably never going to see it.
No, I agree.
And
I completely agree.
But once you understand that, like, you can fill somebody else in, it's going to be different, but it can still work.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what the strategy is this offseason. Like, is it to build through what you have on your roster, or is it to go and fill holes through the transfer portal? Like, what is the strategy? How do they go about?
Are y'all not weary of the portal after this year?
No, I think it's I don't think the reason you failed last year was because you went into the portal. I think you tried to find value in lower rated guys that weren't as expensive, that came from smaller colleges.
Yeah.
Zach York from Grand Canyon. Trent Caraway didn't come from a smaller college, but
You've done it well so many times.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's talent in the portal.
I'm not saying don't go. But
right.
I just think the positions you're asking to fill are ones that can change your program for better or worse.
Of course.
That's what.
Of course.
Like,
no, I mean, you're trying to fill the premium position.
Yeah, shortstop and center fielder.
The two most premium positions defensively you're trying to fill. And so it comes down to that's the conversation of.
Like, you went to smaller schools, you got Daniel Dickinson.
Of course. No, that's what I'm saying.
It's such a crapshoot.
That's why
what I'm saying.
It's here or there. And so it comes down to.
Like, I don't know what kind of baseball they play at William and Mary.
But I agree with that. But
I just saw you got two guys that hit a combined 40 homers that hit 5.
Right. I agree, but my thing with the William and Mary kid, look, I'm not the most scout savvy baseball guy. He's a top 40 prospect in the draft.
That's what you're looking at.
If that I feel like tells you what you need to know.
Yeah. And look, I talked to Jason Armstrong yesterday. We're going to have him in this week because this is his bread and butter. Like the offseason, the draft, and how all these things play out.
Scouting.
That is his favorite thing. And so I made sure to text him yesterday of you tell us when works for you this week so we can just let you run with it and maybe make us all a little more intelligent on everything that's going on. Because I think it's just because I understand the line of thinking of being wary of the portal because – you did miss on the guys you went and got last year. Like from a position player standpoint, you brought in guys to play second, a guy to play third, and a guy to play first, and they didn't. Like just straight up, they just didn't play. You know what I mean? And like you had to put guys like Ruckert and Braun and Cerna essentially because I mean you thought you were gonna be able to DH Pearson or DH Dardar and Simpson, and then you couldn't because.
Didn't work out.
Dardar gets hurt, and that's the only position player that really gave you much of anything out of the portal. And then everyone else was just not disappointing, was disappointing. So I understand like being weary of it because it's always a risk in every sport. It is always a risk of what you go and get. Like even going and getting a guy in football that plays at a Big 12 school, it's like, okay, well, can they compete in the SEC?
Do you get it?
We'll find out. Right? And that's I think the biggest thing for me this offseason is he does have the head start and the ability to, and Jay Johnson, to really dive in and figure out what he wants in the portal.
I am very, very interested to see what happens, though, because, I mean, we heard him say it himself, like how he wants to kind of build through this program now. He doesn't really want to.
That's what I think the most interesting part is how does he decide to go about it?
Yeah, I'm very. It's like watching a movie.
It will be.
I'm very curious.
Because I think your season goes much different if you get Ace Reese and not Trent Caraway.
Right,
100%. Like Chris Hakopian.
Right, like I think it
Went
goes
to Texas A&M.
differently if you hit on some of those top guys out of the portal last year and you don't end up having to. I'm not going to say settle, but go get the guys that you end up getting. And so it'll be interesting to see what Jay's mindset is going into the offseason.
Because it's funny. Like, you would think that Devin Sheeran is from Louisiana.
Right.
He's from Pennsylvania. But it's like, you get it.
Right.
And I don't know how to quantify that. And I think that's what Jay is. He's trying to solve a math equation without there's no equation for it.
Yeah.
You're doing, like, theoretical math of, hey, how much do you care about baseball? That's all I care about. Do you care the same way I do? Nobody will, but were you close? And if they can tell you yes, they can say and do all of the right things until shit hits the fan.
Right.
Who are you? Like, how do I project adversity into what we're doing here? Like, how are you going to respond? How are you going to react? What kind of person are you? What kind of leader are you? You don't know how to answer that and then sometimes you're too far down the road and be like, this guy's a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't win with people like that, and it's my fault, but I don't know how to answer the question.
Right.
That's what sucks.
I also think,
or you get Devin Sheeran, it's like, oh, you were born in my backyard.
But Jay's best portal classes have been the ones where he's been able to focus on it solely.
Yeah.
Or he hadn't had anything else to focus on. Like, he's been able to, whether they lose, like they've lost in a regional, this is the first time they've missed the postseason, but they've lost in a regional, and he's been able to dive in sooner.
Who do you think his favorite
Devin
player?
Because Devin Sheeran is a transfer player that he got out of the portal after the 24 season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was able to dive into that class and look and identify the talent in a different manner. And I also think when you look at the national championship teams, it comes down to who do you retain? Like, I mean, we all thought Jared Jones was gone going into the 2025 season.
You don't
and you were
win
able to
without
retain him and bring him back, and you do not win without him. Like, those pieces are all extremely important, right? You don't win without a Derek Curiel who you beat out the MLB draft for. You know, like, that's what's going to be interesting to see. I just, like we talked about last week.
And you don't win without an Anthony Ianson. It's like, how do you know?
Right. A Daniel Dickinson.
That's
but
what
you're able to dive, like, that's
I think
another
Daniel
year.
Dickinson was pretty much like, that's like Jay's DNA, I think.
Yeah,
Could
right.
be his son.
But he was able to start the recruitment earlier and dive in and really
find him.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that I think I'm most interested about this offseason is if he does opt to go portal, he has the ability to really.
That interview, if you're a portal player trying to come, it's gonna be the CIA.
Of course.
You are gonna get like every which way tested because he needs to find out who you are. And it's going to be intense. It's not going to be, oh, you hit 20 homers, sign me up for the next war. You batted 350 at fuck you university, come down here. It's going to be something totally different. And now that he has the time to do it, I would like to be a fly on the wall to see how he evaluates you. Because he might turn the temperature up to about 110.
It's pretty hot in here, too.
It is. That's why I have this fan going.
Are you sweating, Chrissy?
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat.
Rage Poon, $2 super chat, 2 claps, ready. Got time, patience, or energy for open phone lines. We have a broken dongle. So once we get
I hate when that happens.
we get that situation,
and we have no AC. It's time to roll.
See, I'm not that.
How did we break the dongle?
It's just old.
No, I think it's my phone.
It's okay.
Which is also old. I don't get text messages anymore. Really? And by that, it doesn't alert on my phone. I have to go to my text. I have to go check them every single time.
Are you on Do Not Disturb?
No.
Oh.
It's the most bizarre thing.
That's very interesting.
It sucks.
I
don't want it to be this way.
Of course not.
It doesn't do anything. Like, if you text me, it doesn't show up on my screen.
Well, yeah.
But I get Twitter notifications.
There you go.
So I'm not on Do Not Disturb. And
did you turn your notifications off in your set? Because I've
checked everything.
You're a very tech savvy person, but at the same time,
Tom, I'm not.
October 2025 makes me feel like this may be some operator error.
I've gone through it though. I've put my due diligence in because as much as I pretend like I don't care about this is fucking very inconvenient. And so I've done my due diligence.
It is very inconvenient.
It's miserable.
Yeah.
I just open up my phone and it's 11 text
I was wondering
messages.
because you texted in the group chat, how are the Arsenal boys doing today? I responded within 5 seconds. No response. Nothing. It's just, that's that is very inconvenient.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Because I'm already considered inconsiderate.
Of course.
I get that. I don't respond all of the time, but I'm not. Now I have the ultimate excuse. I don't want it.
Right.
I don't want this problem. This is a burden. I'm going to miss something important.
Yeah, if you see an unread message.
That's what concerns me.
Yeah, you are going to miss something.
Because now if you see an unread text message from 30 minutes ago, now I can't respond now.
Yeah, no, I'm
you
done.
Know what I mean? I'm 5 minutes late to class. I'm not going.
But if no one send a text interview, we leave the studio, he's we have an interview at 10:30, okay, I would like to see that. Now I just have to keep checking just to see if that ever happens.
That does suck.
If something important happens, just fucking call me.
Okay,
because that works.
Okay.
I think.
Can we raise money in the chat for
But it is miserable.
Yeah, that is.
I didn't even know this was an inconvenience that could happen to somebody.
No, that's an extremely bad inconvenience.
Because I like to I
do still want to look at your phone.
Yes, because there is
to double check. Not that
that's
I don't
fine.
believe you.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm at my wit's end.
yeah.
I want to give it to a genius.
There you go.
Computer. Kick his ass.
Computer.
Make him eat it. Maybe computer.
Well, my phone, I don't talk about inconvenient. I have to stay with my ringer on at all times, which I hate.
Yeah, I tried that. It doesn't work.
Yeah. It doesn't, I literally can't go to the other one.
What iOS
my
are
phone
y'all
just
on?
tweaks out.
Oh, you don't
iOS?
have you don't have Buzz? Buzz?
No, I have it. It doesn't work.
How do I check what iOS I'm on? Let me see. General. Computer software update. Computer. iOS 26.5.
I am on 17.6.
I see it. I went to check
What
my
iOS were you on?
my bank app,
I'm on the
and they were like,
I'm
"You
on
need
the
an
last
update."
one. I'm not,
I think that's what's happening.
No, I updated my phone actually in the middle of the show.
I didn't update mine.
I
I'm
had
scared.
to.
But
I also don't have the storage for it.
Me either. I'm not paying them.
Well, I
Yeah.
had to delete a bunch of
How
useless
do I?
apps.
No, when I went and got my new phone, I,
iOS 26.5.
yeah, you're the
Update to 26.5.
okay. So you're almost to the
I just did
newest.
it.
I don't like them.
It-
I don't
no,
like
I
the way-
hate updating my phone. I hate it.
23.09 gigabytes available. How much is the update?
It's really weird too. The new update.
I see. I'm not gonna know how to work
Really?
the phone,
It's
but this
super-
is also
yeah,
not.
it's
doing
super
it.
weird.
Mine automatically.
What's our
updates.
I'm
group
on
chat background?
I'm on 17.6.
Yeah, I've never.
Sawyer.
Oh, I don't have.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
even
because
have it.
if you don't
Me
have the new
either.
update, you don't
Yeah.
get to see it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I know.
so
I don't know
I
It's
can
been
now.
Sawyer as Rocky
Never
for like
heard
the
this.
longest
Yeah,
time.
I can now.
Like,
I
what
can
is it?
now
Wait.
see it.
What is it?
It's after my brother won the boxing
You
match.
can do that?
Yeah, on the new update.
I don't see. I'm on. I don't
You
think I
didn't
realize.
have. I could have sworn you put Cade Beloso as the
No, that was
background
me.
for. Oh, was it you?
Like, I
okay,
don't
in
think
the
you'll-
old group chat.
I'm on 17.6 of the iOS. I am 12 behind,
Yeah.
You are 12 behind.
and I don't want to
When's
advance.
the last time you
and I were
got a
just
new
in the same
phone?
boat.
What year did we get the phones? 23, 22,
22.
22.
See, my phone's 7 years old. I got mine in 2019.
No, yeah, this was a.
That's why I'm scared to get rid of it. This is a
this
national
was quite the
championship
fucking
phone.
racket. They said it was free. Turns out it wasn't.
Yo, what the fuck is that about?
Well-
Mine was too. Mine was like $500, and they were like, "Yeah, it's free."
He's not talking about AT&T.
No, I am not.
I had the exact same phone as you until last year when I threw it after losing to.
I mean, this isn't great.
No, it was during the South Carolina game. No, A&M. It was after
Oh,
we lost
yeah,
A&M.
yeah,
I
yeah.
threw it, hit the fucking wall, and
Yeah.
then my data went out and had to get a new phone. I'd still have that.
But
phone.
see, I never returned the phone I had before this one, the purple one. I never returned it, so
But
I
I
can
have
just
it.
give you that one.
You can go look at all of his text messages.
No, he's gonna take the
it's gonna
SIM
be
card
empty.
out.
Take the SIM card out and he
You
can
can
have
log into his Snapchat.
it. The phone is reset. There's nothing on it.
No, we can find our way.
Computer.
That's not how that works.
No, that worked.
Shout out Trevor. He's back in the chat.
Yeah, Trevor's back.
Shout out
Except
Trevor. It was
I-
great watching the phone with you the other day, or watching the. I don't know. Fuck up.
Yep.
It was great watching the game with you the other day, Trevor.
Yes.
And look, PSG clearly the better team. Y'all deserve it.
It's
Y'all
not
deserved
clear
it.
at all.
It was
but
clear.
They
They
are
completed
better. They are better.
600 more passes than
That's
we
fine.
did.
That's not our style.
I did think that stat was crazy when it went up there. It was like Arsenal 100 passes.
They
and
have a
PSG
generational-
700.
Well,
They have a
should- in the first-
generational
in the
offense. We
first
have
half-
a generational defense.
They have a generational offense and midfield. They have a better attack and a better midfield.
They
We have a better
complete
defense.
700
In the first
passes and
half,
they
it
don't
popped
score
up on
from
the
open
screen,
play all game.
222
Yes,
to
because we
45.
played Park the Bus for the last.
That's how we play.
No,
2011 LSU had a generational defense.
No. We played like that because we got a lucky opening goal in the 6th minute.
That was the game plan. Go score early, defend the rest of the game. That's what we did.
God, it's
Yeah, and you
so
got lucky.
bad. I
we
hate
lost
that.
4-3 on pens. It's what it is. You know, yes, PSG is better. I agree with you.
Clearly.
For you to say clearly
They
is
are
a bit
clearly
much.
better.
4-3 on pens in the UCL final is not
We did
clearly
not-
better.
we-
That's
we-
a good game. That's two really good teams going at it. One is not clearly better.
I
than
agree
the
with
other.
you,
Clearly-
Christian.
It could have gone the other way very
Yeah,
easily.
it could have gone the other way, but this is soccer. The margins are so thin. They were clearly the better team.
I didn't see it going the other way ever.
After the 6th minute, we did not threaten them one time.
Yeah, I agree with that point.
We did not threaten them. There
They-
was never
They never score from open play after
because
completing
we
700
played
passes.
11 people.
That's
in
how
the
we
box.
play,
and it's
we're
filthy.
really fucking good at
It's
it.
not really good.
There's two styles of soccer. It's offensive and there's defensive. We play defensive. We play park the bus when we go up. We play good at it. They didn't
But you
score from open play for 80 minutes.
You only went up.
Crank it!
Lucky. If you don't get that lucky bounce goal in the 6th minute, PSG
What was
probably
lucky
wins
about
by
that? We
3.
got in behind.
Get in behind.
Nevada's Sean Yanaguchi has hit the portal. Nevada's Sean Yanaguchi. He hit 318 with 27 homers and 87 RBIs in 2
Learn
years.
how to peel
now.
crawfish or don't, because Barryon Brown just peeled his first crawfish. Apparently that statement doesn't work anymore. Or it was a Brian Kelly thing. I
It
think
was
Brian
definitely
Kelly
a Brian
I
Kelly
think
thing.
that's
Where
what it was.
he's probably like, "Ooh, that's a bug."
He probably said crayfish the first time.
He
He was
did.
like, "Do you guys have any gloves? You
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
loser."
the spice on this.
That's
My
the biggest.
goodness.
That's the biggest ick I've ever gotten from a girl.
Gloves.
Was I went, and this is a girl from Thibodeau too. I went on a date freshman year at Nichols. I was like, "We're gonna go get some crawfish," and she was like, "I need gloves and a bib." I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah, you're not getting lucky tonight, babe."
But in a different scenario, a gloves and a bib would be wild.
Yeah, he was gonna say no because of the gloves and the bib.
Yeah, what if
I
she-
was not in a position to say no back then, boys.
No.
She indeed. Well,
Did she wear the gloves and the bib?
no,
Because that would be kind of hot.
Yeah.
If she did that for that, you're like, what's about to happen to me?
The yellow cleaning gloves.
Whatever.
I need a sponge bath.
Oh.
But okay, I will ask: is watching say
Oh.
Arsenal wins 1-0,
Yeah.
1-0, sorry, and PSG never scored? Is that fun? You enjoy that?
Well, yeah,
wish-
you won.
No,
No.
right. I'm
Yes.
saying throughout the match, you're enjoying that.
I mean,
'cause you're winning.
Noah, you have to
Look-
answer the same question when you watch Les Miles.
Right, no.
It's the
no,
same
but
thing.
I
We
would
don't
like we
I
don't
would
like the way
say-
we play, but we like that we're winning. If that
Right.
makes sense, we don't
But
know.
I
I
didn't
don't
like
the
what
way
we were
play.
doing,
I
but
agree
it
with
was-
I would
Lloyd.
argue.
I hate that. But
I would argue that, like, when LSU was a defense, it's fun. It's more fun to watch defensive football
Yeah.
than defensive soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fun to watch bad offenses, but that's not really.
I
Well, you were
enjoy,
watching a
like,
little bit of that in 2011, but it was more that like LSU and Alabama were just really good.
Yeah, like a
defensively.
really bad
That
offense
is fairly
and a really good
entertaining.
defense
defender,
and
though, so.
foot and like American football, like the Florida game last year. It was 20-10. It was a sucky game, but it was fun because
You intercepted it 5 times.
you intercepted it 5 times. Like soccer, it's just like it was.
I think you have to be a
watching.
true purist of soccer. I would imagine. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like it was just.
But if you're like, no, this is awesome.
Even my
you can appreciate the way Arsenal play because they are so good at parking the bus. However,
I don't appreciate it.
objectively, it is fucking
What is
boring
what is the
to watch.
It's like you have great goal line defense.
no,
in
it's
football.
you sit on
basically
the
and they
low
put
block.
everyone back to play.
Yeah.
you
That's
sit
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
low
You're just
block,
in
you
prevent.
drop your forwards, and you
yeah.
drop
I know
your
what it
line.
is.
Yeah, they're playing
I'm trying-
prevent defense the whole time.
That I'm just trying to keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like there's no field
They're
goals.
dropping 11. They're not rushing the quarterback.
Right.
They're dropping 11.
and there's no field goal. Like
yeah,
they
there's
have
no
to,
field
they have-
goal, and you have to throw every time. And
yeah,
we're
you're
dropping
just
11.
Yeah.
playing
You can't
prevent
hand it off.
24/7.
That's so.
And you're allowing them to basically dominate the game in terms
It's
of
bend but
possession.
don't
You're
break.
giving
No,
them the ball
the time of
every
possession was
single time.
unbelievable.
No, they had 75% possession.
Because they have to take the outside shots.
This,
They
this
force
is what
you
I'll
to
say
take-
about the possession.
They're playing
Arsenal,
zone.
Arsenal are one of the best teams in the world at getting possession. The reason why they played the way they did is because PSG is one of the fastest teams
Right.
In the
I think I have ever watched. So if you want to possess like that against PSG, which Arsenal is capable of, you're going to get beat 3-1, 3-0, 4-0. That's why Arsenal has to score, sit back, and play the game they want to play.
No,
Because
I
you can't
understand
beat
that that's
PSG
what they're
like that.
doing. I'm asking if you enjoy during
No,
the
I know.
game.
No,
of
I don't.
watching them just play defense the whole time.
If we're
Enjoy-
winning,
it's fun.
yeah. If we're losing, absolutely not. But no, I don't like the way we play.
But
From
if
an
you
outsider, I
but,
don't like that.
You have to
Some
play that
people
way
do.
against them.
No,
Because if you
Arsenal
watch-
some
had
people do.
that's my argument. Arsenal had to play that way because PSG is clearly a
Right,
better team
but it's
than
not
them.
a- but it-
if
this
Arsenal
is the
doesn't get a
thing.
lucky opening goal, PSG
It's not
wins.
a, but that
like,
I understand like game planning. Like
Right.
if it was just for PSG playing like that, but from what I've heard and seen, that's how they play every game.
When Arsenal goes up, they play like that a lot.
Yeah, I
Now
hate
it's
that.
not nearly to the extent as it was against PSG, but a lot. Like even against West Ham.
But do you think
they
okay,
go
that's
up,
what I
they
like.
drop?
Do you think you're going to be able like that? Arsenal will be able to win the whole shebang
Yes.
playing that
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
yeah, at
You
a
do?
certain point, yes.
Because they're that good at that.
Yeah.
But my
You should
thing
not
is-
be able to, but they are that. That's why it's not understanding is that they are so good at what they do.
I mean-
they can actually win by only kicking
I mean, they have the
field
two
goals.
best center backs in the entire world.
Yeah, like it's.
I would argue they should be better at the attack so that they don't have to
I
play
agree.
that way. Playing like that way is a crutch.
It is. I hate it
I think
Because
That
you
was
should
brutal.
be better at certain spots in the attack. Like I'm so fucking out on Bukayo Saka. What a fucking overrated player. Like people were saying he was world class, not world class. Maybe he goes and tears it up for England. Maybe it's a symptom of how the way Arsenal plays. What a fucking overrated player. Like, but Arsenal should be realistically better as an attacking team so that you don't have to play that style of football.
Omar, the LSU
Soccer,
Tiger, $5 super chat, 5 claps, ready. I'm about 20 minutes behind, but our orphan Wyatt is spitting facts today. There you go.
Shout out.
Wonder what part he's listening to.
Definitely the transfer portal part.
Definitely the gloves and bib.
Oh, and then there was a question. Ultimate Sports Pal, $2 super chat, 2 claps, ready. Noah, would you like the Saints to win the Super Bowl 3-0?
Yeah,
I
that
would
is-
like for it to happen it would not be fun watching. But I also think the sports, watching a football, like American football like that, is more fun than like soccer that was just brutal to watch.
Now, I will encourage you to watch World Cup because you're not going to see a style like that. No
I
World
hope
Cup
I
team
don't
plays
because
like
that
America.
If there was
America
a
does
pitch
not
to
play
get
like
me to
that.
watch
No,
soccer,
they don't play
that
like
match
that at
was
all.
not the way to do it.
Right.
But should
It was
they?
brutal.
You only see that in club soccer because you play together for so long. You're able to develop that style. In the World Cup, it's going to be fucking back and forth, fast-paced transition game because the teams aren't as organized. They want to get out and score. And, I mean, yeah.
And you're playing like you want to make your country happy.
Gauge $2 your return. 2 claps ready. Wyatt is not spitting facts. But yeah, because I guess just because I feel like with soccer, I should like it more than I do because there are similarities to basketball. But the pace of the game,
You watch the wrong games. Like, you're watching Arsenal. It's not a good game to watch if you're not.
But I still think,
I
like,
I
it's
mean,
just-
go back.
I
go
think
back
it's too
and
slow
watch,
regardless.
Go back and watch Bayern versus PSG.
Yeah, no, there
And
was a
you'll-
5-4 game in 90 minutes. Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That
but
would
there's
be-
more games that play at the pace of Arsenal PSG than
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
PSG Bayern.
That's
World,
my problem
World
with
Cup will be
soccer.
like
That's-
USA.
we'll
USA played
We'll
Senegal.
see. I'm going to
yesterday
give it
in
a shot.
friendly.
I'm going to give it a shot
A lot
this
of fun
year
to watch.
because y'all like it so much. I'm going to be a friend. I'm going to give it a go.
Who's like the what?
I just don't have high
James Daniels
expectations.
Heisman year 23.
Yeah, 23.
Who's that? What team is that?
PSG, huh? Didn't
What
they-
do you
that-
mean?
Like offense.
No.
Offense, no
just-
defense.
No defense.
Oh, I mean, maybe Barca.
Barcelona last year.
Yeah, Barcelona. They have like a really good like Lamine Yamal,
Yeah.
They have no
Lewandowski.
I love
and
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just play.
There you go. Yeah, that's the team you
I
want to
mean,
watch.
Bayern's kind of like that.
Bayern got screwed in that second leg, though.
Peter Crouch.
Peter Crouch. Sunderland legend.
Shout out.
Nice.
Wayne
Sounds like-
Rooney.
There you go.
There you
My
go.
dad loves Wayne Rooney.
Oh, you're cooking.
Your dad's
My
dad loves
my
Wayne
dad's
Rooney.
really disappointed.
He's got the
And it's
Jason
kinda funny.
Ramazan cut.
My dad's really disappointed Wayne Rooney's fat now.
Yeah, but I bet he could still, if he needs to.
Oh.
Did
That
you
right
see?
foot.
He's got one more run in him.
So-
That right foot.
Have y'all seen the stuff of Adrian Broner? Like him
Yeah.
on all the streams and how fat, like how out of shape he is.
Uh-huh.
He looks awful.
He's got
But he
liver
was,
disease.
He was training this guy to box, and he was like showing him how to like.
He
you
can
know, how to
move.
weave.
He's like a waterbed.
And so, but he
He's
looks
like a waterbed.
he looks so bad, and everybody's like, and then he went, and it was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
still got it.
Uh-huh. I don't even know. I could take this off.
Yeah. I gotta find the clip because it was like jarring.
Oh, they
because
can
it
shed weight now.
It doesn't look like he
No,
can
no, he's
still-
got some built-up fluid in his body because he is a
Yeah. Oh, he's been
alcoholic.
housing the liquor.
Oh, I did want to after we see this clip. I want to. Did anyone see the Trey Phelps ejection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
Yes, we can.
I would love to watch that clip and get everyone's
so he's showing
opinion.
him a pull counter.
I got it right here. This is crazy.
It's in the document. He is fucking big.
Oh, look,
Lord.
here it is.
He's disgusting.
So he's just complete. He's showing him a pull counter.
Oh my god!
That is still cool, like crazy.
The other dude's like, yeah, you could fuck me up. You could
Like,
kill
that's
me
like-
if you wanted to.
It's just, it's funny. It's
we play
like
it again?
as
Can we play it
as out of shape as he looks.
It looks like he
he's
went
still,
2 speed.
He's still got like it looked like he glitched.
Oh my goodness!
That's crazy.
Yep.
Oh,
The dude
Yeah,
looks
box-
like
He said,
Can
"Oh,
we get
yeah."
him at gloves
Yeah.
for Gleason?
Looks
We
looks
get
like
him
he
like,
went at
dude, people that know how to
1.5
box-
speed.
once you know how to fight,
Yeah,
It don't
doesn't-
leave-
that doesn't
yeah,
it
it's
leave
doesn't,
like-
it doesn't leave you.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Ray Allen could look what it
Yeah,
could be
yeah,
95 years old if you a basketball roll. Assume he's gonna
Yeah.
pick it up and it's go. That's Ray
He's not
Allen.
gonna touch
with
the
his
rim.
eyes.
Catch
Yeah.
and shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that video this morning and I was
That
like,
is,
oh
that
my
is crazy.
gosh.
Like the same thing with Wayne Rooney. If you roll him a soccer ball,
Oh,
he
that
will
right
put
foot
it
is
Top
85
ends.
miles an hour into upper 90. And you'd be like, oh fuck.
you go,
Like,
upper 90?
we're- Yeah.
Lloyd knows. I'm telling you, smartest guy in the room.
There you go.
Always.
Are we ready for the new soccer ball?
The new one?
Uh huh. It's supposed to be like the 2006 soccer
Yeah,
ball.
the there's a word
Ju-
for
Ju-
it. It's
It's not Vuvuzela, but it's
Not-
no,
not
it's
for
something. No, you're
Juke
cooking.
Nino.
It's 2010. It's the one that just fucking it like.
Yeah, it was
knuckles around.
awesome.
It's
yeah.
Oh, what is it called?
Vuvuzela's awesome that you said that.
it's close to that though.
It's not
It is. It's like
bazooka?
a. It's
It's not the bazooka?
Jabulani.
A Jabulani,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Those things were wild. They debuted him in the
Translates
World Cup.
to celebrate in the Zulu language.
There you go.
They rolled him out for the World Cup and nobody knew how to kick it. It was like kicking everything. It knuckled.
It was like a
time.
fucking R.A. Dickey knuckleball.
Yeah, and he would score the sickest goals.
Yeah.
It'd be like, or that's 40 feet into the crowd.
Well, the ball would just move in ways that you didn't think it could possibly.
It was fun to watch.
It's like a blitz ball. You know?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yellow ball where it's just like you throw it this way and it goes.
They're throwing fastballs with 40 inches of horizontal run. You're like, holy shit.
If you gave Paul Skeens a blitz ball, I'd be like, this is
oh my
impossible.
gosh.
Wow, this is fun.
We'll say, speaking of baseball, Rougarou season's right around the corner. Starts this week.
Oh, yeah.
We will be tomorrow. You see the jersey right here.
You see Wyatt's shirt.
You see Wyatt's shirt. You see Skip up here. Skip in the Rougarou fit. We will be at the introductory press conference. You meet the players tomorrow. We'll be there. We'll get that content out to you guys so you can get to know some of the Rougarou players and get ready for some Rougarou baseball, because there will still be baseball in Baton Rouge if you are fiending for baseball.
And we're gonna win it all.
And we're gonna be around and about the Rougarou program. So
yeah.
Shout out to Casey McKenzie. Shout out to Ronnie Rance, of course, and shout out to the Rougarou, last year's TCL champions.
Yep.
Yeah, they're getting hot.
They're gonna run it
Defend
back.
the title.
Run it back. Got to defend the title.
They went portal heavy.
Well, if Noah does a belly shot, maybe they'll have a chance.
Let's go third.
Can we play the Trey Phelps clip just for 5 seconds? I just want to get everyone's opinion on this because this is crazy to me.
Nuts.
This is Michael Phelps' brother, correct?
Yes.
Georgia is attempting to
I
LARP
loved
Tennessee,
what Wes said, though, in the post game. Defended him.
Well, I'd imagine so. It's his best player.
Well, no, I know, but just like.
We don't need Wes Johnson love in this show today. I've got a bone to pick with him.
Why do you hate Wes Johnson?
Because I didn't like the way he managed against LSU. I think he just kind of came off as a bit of a prick.
Well, yeah, of course he's a prick.
My bad. I like a coach who defends his
Me
guys.
too. So what is the?
So that he's looking at the Liberty dugout.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
In the direction. I don't know if he's.
And then he did that.
Boogie.
He got ejected from the game and is also suspended for their first game of Super Regional.
What's the score?
This is
2-1.
It was 2-1.
It was 2-1. Yeah.
This was a big time moment.
He got ejected for this.
First of all,
he got ejected for that right there.
Yeah.
But the first baseman says something to him.
Yes.
Now the first baseman said something to him because
he thinks, go read a fucking book.
He thinks he's looking at the Liberty dugout and saying something.
I
think he's looking at the crowd. And someone did say that's where his family sits, and he was looking.
Said, yeah.
I don't know if that's all alleged.
That ain't true.
Even if he is doing that to the Liberty dugout, what are we doing?
I think you have to have eyes and ears in moments
Yeah,
like this.
I think
Liberty didn't say nothing.
Right. That's
I get it.
My biggest thing, because I feel like baseball is in a different place than a lot of other sports in these situations, where, like, in my opinion, it just comes down to what is said. I have no issue ever. He just hit a homer off you. If he wants to celebrate, he can celebrate.
He's doing a lot.
Like, I mean, it is a little much, maybe, but I do think that the punishment is a little harsh.
Yeah.
To not be able to finish that game and you're suspended for the next game
it's
is
great.
a little much.
It's
like that.
To me, the waving at the first baseman is only because the first baseman said something.
That's my thing.
I think it's only the first thing that he does that is the problem here, and I don't think it's that big of a problem. Like, we watched the World Baseball Classic, and everyone was angry because the USA had little to no emotion compared to the rest of the countries there. This is why. It is coached out of American baseball players to have emotion and be excited.
Thunder versus Spurs, Game 6, when Devin Vassell goes up and blocks Chet Holmgren's dunk at the rim and then shoves him, I would have been pissed had he gotten a technical or just thrown out of the game, because it's the emotion of the moment in the game, right? Like, you don't want. I don't like taking that as, because I do think what he was doing was excessive. Out of context, just looking at the video, there's no way Liberty's saying nothing. Like, there's no way the first baseman didn't say anything.
And the dugout probably all said something. He's like,
now he incited it because he started it,
of course.
But it's the emotion of the sport.
I also
I don't
just
want to
feel
take that part out of it.
I also just feel like these guys, like the NCAA, I feel like it's happened a lot over the past weekend. I think a pitcher got ejected for
Landon Hairston got ejected at Arizona State.
Like it was just a lot of,
and he didn't get to play. He doesn't get to play the next game. Like they don't
Right.
play.
They got eliminated.
Like
the next
that's
game.
the part where
yeah.
it's too far. Like
So is
the
he-
punish. I think the biggest issue. I'm not mad at the ejection for that.
suspension
He
is the
can't
worst
play.
part.
He should be able to play the next game.
100%.
I mean, Wemby
I
elbowed
agree.
the guy in the face, got ejected from that game, and got to play the next game.
Right.
Like
I 100% agree.
that guy. I mean, not
can't
great.
do this.
Okay. Let's
Like
go
I-
13 for 13.
I think it's a little much.
What do you think Athletic Connections is about today? You think it's about college baseball
some
or
NBA
soccer
finals,
or
maybe?
NBA finals? When do those start?
Wednesday.
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 Shout out to the
Nightmare.
Spurs.
How
Yeah,
about
that was-
how about
that-
the
God, that
NBA
was
bringing
awesome,
back
bro.
the trophy on the court?
Amen.
Yep.
Bullying
Thank-
works.
Thank God.
You had to pressure him into it. It was
Pure pressure.
Look, I was so entertained by the basketball, I texted Noah about it.
the basketball was awesome. That was a freaking great basketball game. And the crazy thing is, the officiating was good, which means the Thunder don't win.
And
Pretty
it's very
crazy.
obvious.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Elliptical.
Treadmill
Rowing
machine.
machine.
Oh, of course I didn't get this one.
and
A
bench.
Oh, it's pitchers.
Yeah, Nola Wheeler.
Oh, is it
No.
med ball?
No. Wait.
What's a wheeler?
Away.
Pitchers. Nola Wheeler.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Marsh. No.
Stan Marsh.
Or
Turner?
it might be.
Yeah, Marsh because he's Phillies.
It might
huh?
be Phillies and Turner.
Phillies.
Yeah, Marsh and Turner.
Yeah. Bang.
Lineup, bench, rotation, bullpen.
What about squad?
Yeah, it could be squad, I guess.
Goon Squad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, actually.
Rotation,
machine.
bullpen.
It's got to be
Flat
lineup.
bench.
And, I would say bench.
Well, rowing machine, treadmill, elliptical.
Undo it and shuffle. Give us a shuffle real quick.
They're also words we know.
Spec.
I'm trying to think of what whammy would be.
Whammy.
What did we do with
That'd be a home run.
rowing machine? Because wouldn't it be rowing machine, treadmill, elliptical, med ball?
We should
Maybe. We
But
can try
it's
that.
normally,
Spectacle.
it'll give you if
Spectacle?
you're one away, and we weren't one away when we did
Elliptical
this.
spec.
What do you mean it'll say?
We
when
did
you're
those
one way?
4.
Doesn't it always, if you get 3 out of the 4, doesn't it always say, okay,
No,
never
Yeah.
mind,
it
I'm
doesn't
stupid.
say anything.
Okay. It's
So
gotta
bench, bullpen.
Lineup, rotation. It's got to
Yeah.
be.
Because these are going to be. It's going to be lat, pec, quad, hammy.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Whammy.
It's muscles.
Shout out Hammy from over the hedge.
Shout out Hammy. Shout out.
Shout out.
Let's make marijuana safe again.
Poj agrees with that.
Poj, I get it. Why unless it's from the dirt.
Okay,
I
we
mean-
have some run lines.
Okay, well let's.
You know,
Florida State.
Oh my gosh, Vincent Chase. That is his right eye.
That is Vincent Chase's right eye.
What's his name? That's not his.
I don't know.
Is that David Beckham?
It's definitely Alec Baldwin, huh?
And it's
his hair?
No.
Or is that Jordan? No, that's Channing Tatum's eye on the right. What is the? Is there? Does it give us a person? You cut out the words at the top. How many people are we trying to guess?
Adrian Grenier.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 3
Adrian
person.
That's
Grenier
a
is-
3B.
Grenier is Vincent Chase, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's Channing Tatum for sure. And then whose hair is that?
Joey Tribbiani.
Is it Joey Tribbiani?
could be
I
Matt
thought
LeBlanc.
it was. I could
A
have sworn it was
3B is
Alec Baldwin.
wild.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I love that we got Vincent Chase's eye.
Yeah.
I know that eye.
I've seen him a lot.
I know that eye.
I get it.
So we've got Channing Tatum. We've got Vincent Chase. Whose forehead and hair is that?
Who
I'm
Adrian
useless
Grenier
when it
is.
comes to
He's
this.
Vincent Chase.
He's Vincent Chase from
okay.
Entourage.
Okay.
It's Aquaman.
No, that's Jason.
Okay,
Momoa.
it seems like we've come down to Matt LeBlanc and Alec Baldwin.
I don't think that's Alec Baldwin. I honestly don't think it's Matt LeBlanc or Alec Baldwin.
Who do you think it is?
I don't have an answer.
Well,
that's
oh,
what I'm
okay.
saying.
It is
I know,
that.
but I
See,
don't.
let's
But
show
I
you
know
always-
what both those guys
You gotta
look like.
trust.
and
Just trust me. Go Alec Baldwin.
Notoriously bad person.
It
wasn't Cat in the Hat though. Shout out, great movie.
I struggle when I don't trust my gut, my instant instinct.
Like Adrian Broner.
Adrian Broner.
Yeah.
Nice.
What team from the NFC threw the fewest touchdowns in 2025?
The Vikings?
Titans? Yeah, probably 9.
Oh, that's AFC.
9.
Probably 9. Probably 9.
The Vikings is a really good
That's,
guess.
I mean, that's the best guess.
Well,
you
do
could
pick
think of.
sixes count?
When in doubt, put 9.
What about the Cardinals?
And that was my second
No,
guess.
they are NFC.
They're NFC.
Maybe the Seahawks.
Nope.
Nope.
They won the Super Bowl.
God, I hate JJ McCarthy.
But he did not throw a...
Vikings. Johnny L. Goodson said Vikings.
Nice. Lloyd, look at you. Being...
When in doubt.
Walt Frazier.
Brendan Frazier.
No, it's neither.
It's
the
not
question?
Walt.
Walt's a point
Walt's
guard.
a
Hall
guard.
of Fame, 1970.
This is a big man. This would be...
Willis Reed.
Yeah.
Willis Reed.
Mhm. Nice.
Billy Walsh did not screw up Median.
Yes, he did.
Median was a good movie. I believe it.
I know, he screwed it
Oh,
up.
hold on. Let me
He
lock
got
in.
too close to
He
it.
did.
Let me lock
He got
in.
upset about it.
Talbot scored.
He was on cocaine.
He got too personal. We got on too many drugs.
Bad
state of mind.
Penguins.
Never a doubt.
Penguin.
The Sienna 4Runner Grand Highlander.
That's
Toyota.
Toyota.
What was the
Shout out Busty.
What was the movie?
Highlander.
Queens Boulevard. Good movie.
Maybe his
movie.
best. I am Queens Boulevard.
I am Queens Boulevard.
Takis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell
Hot,
yeah.
Poach.
Hot Cheetos and Takis.
You know Ball Poach.
Yeah, puckin' food.
Yeah. Puck and Chuck.
Rob Lowe.
Is it NCIS?
No.
Rob
NCIS has been going on for. Their final
yeah,
season
that's
was
true.
not.
Wait, what's that show? It's like
I mean, Rob Lowe was in Parks and Rec, but Parks and Rec happened after all of this.
Yeah.
it's
wasn't
like
a drama.
it's not White House. It's
West Wing?
Yeah.
Is it the West Wing?
It
Was West
could
Wing's
be.
last season 2006?
Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
J.L.
Nice.
Gibson. Yeah, there you go, Poach.
West
Rob
Wing
Lowe.
West Wing is a great show.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Mm-mm.
I enjoyed it.
Objectively not good.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, this is actually a good movie. Are you here for the gangbang?
that is a great movie.
Then you catch the early flight home.
Heartbreak is one thing.
My ego's another.
This is Sabrina Carpenter, but the song. Yeah, it's the singer.
Who's that?
Sabrina Carpenter.
That fake.
Don't
fake.
get wide started. He's growing right now.
No, I'm actually not. I mean, she's attractive.
No, you're not?
No, she's attractive. She's just like, I don't like.
I think she's
Because
fake.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
either.
don't like the way she does her makeup. to
Yeah,
be
I think
honest.
she's.
I don't think.
Don't get me wrong.
Barbie
Without a
doll.
fucking shadow. At the same,
We
if
all
we're
know the
debating
answer.
like the most attractive women in the world.
Tate McRae
like,
beats her.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think Sabrina Carpenter
I know I
has
back
ever
him.
been
I
Eiffel Tower.
apologize.
Has there been what?
Eiffel Tower.
Oh, okay.
She does it on stage.
Let's change that. There you go.
Yeah, around the room.
No, you're not involved. You're not involved. Not
It's our
with
handshake.
Not Sabrina though. Not Sabrina. It is our handshake. Yeah, I love our handshake, but it's not.
You and Sabrina could be related.
Thank you.
Does that make change the way you feel?
What?
If that was your sister.
Andrew Messina is Kinfolk alive.
I don't know.
We think.
Check
We do Kinfolk, if you're watching, we do love you.
He's not.
Love you, Jonathan.
Love you, Jonathan.
Love you, Jonathan.
Tight little piston.
Love you, Jonathan.
That was elite.
He had some one-liners.
He did have some one-liners. You know, I was going through because tomorrow's the 1-year anniversary of our first ever live Tingle & Co. morning show.
Happy birthday.
And I was just going through, looking to make sure it was tomorrow, June 2nd. And the stream popped up from the Nerf gun, and I was like, God, that was an unbelievable
moment.
Time.
Because we had to go do something.
There was the morning before we were leaving for Omaha. It was that morning.
Yes, we were.
We were going live before we left, and we got there, and our channel was banned.
For inciting a riot.
Before we
How
were
did we
going.
get that resolved again?
Time.
Just wait. You waited it out. Had to wait
Sometimes
it out.
doing nothing is better than doing anything at all.
Yep.
All right, whatever.
I appealed it. Appeal didn't go through, but ended up getting the channel back. Thank the heavens. I was like, there's no way we're getting ready to go to Omaha and we can't go live.
Nerf for nothing.
That is
unbelievable.
Yeah, that would be rough.
3, 2, 1.
A lot of memories. Tomorrow's the birthday show.
Everybody wear your birthday suit.
We'll be back tomorrow live here
in the nude.
8 a.m.
Patreon.
We'll see you then.
It is.